This is Fun Speculation Podcast. We are live coming at you today. It's Thursday, January 15th of 2026. So second show of the year. Yeah, we talked a little bit about Dev Direct last week. We're going to be talking more about it this week because I think it'll be probably a really good show and one that will set the stage for the year ahead for gaming, at least on Xbox and well, if you're on any device at this point, actually, because these are big games that'll be coming out to all platforms, even though Forza Horizon may not be there at launch on other ones. Oh, it says mute. Who's mute? Rip Snorta says
What?
mute. Am I muted?
I hear you.
You hear me? I see my
I
I
hear
see
you.
my I see my doohickey moving up and down.
Let me unmute the YouTube.
Huh? You can hear me? Yeah,
I can hear you on the stream.
unmute your YouTube, Rip Snorta. That would probably be a good thing. And hopefully everybody can hear me. But anyway, Kate says she can hear me on the feed, so I think everything is good. But yeah, thank you all for being here. We'll be giving some thoughts on the Dev Direct. Yeah, maybe refresh. Well, he probably can't hear me, so I don't know. Refresh. I'm gonna type in the chat. Refresh or try unmuting it. Yeah.
Wow.
If there's no sound, those are two options that I'm a professional troubleshooter, technical specialist when it comes to this. If you have no sound and try unmuting it, that might be a good thing. All right on, man. Cool. Thanks for being here, Rip Snorta. Fuzzy Tomato, what's up? How's it going? Sound went out a few times for me until you refreshed. That must be a YouTube thing. I don't know. I mean, everything looks fine on my end. Maybe YouTube's having issues right now. BT Maverick says he can hear me. What's up, BT? Stanley Francois says yes, sir. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Def Leppard was first. Said yo, what's up, bro? How's it going? Um, yeah, I think this year we'll set the table or stage for this year in games. There's already been speculation that GTA 6 could end up being delayed again, but we'll see. So, but I think this year is the year of sixes. There's been already some speculation about the Dev Direct, about how many games there could be, and also maybe some other games that end in six could make an appearance there as well, as has been speculated. But we will see. That's what this show's all about, man. Is talking about that stuff. There's also been rumors swirling about new hardware going on, possibly this year in some forms or fashion. We already got the Steam machine and all that. So we're going to kind of take a look ahead at things. I want to talk about some of the major games coming out for the year. Also, not just the ones that are confirmed for the Dev Direct, but some of the other ones that we know about coming this year and maybe even beyond. But join me right now. We should have Fuzzy coming up here in a little while. He did send the stuff for Tidbit, so I expect that he will be showing up. But for right now, we do have Mr. Starforce. What's up, Jasper? How's it going, bro?
Yo. How's it going? I'm doing pretty good. I was just watching the Fallout show before we went live and played a little bit of Final Fantasy 16. So that's been my week. That's all I've done for gaming wise is today, and it was like
Yeah,
2 hours worth. So I haven't really done much, but just hanging out and ready to talk about upcoming games.
yeah. It's funny, but kind of before you had a life, um, I think that like a game like Final Fantasy 16, you would have plowed through in like half a day somehow.
Yeah,
And you would have like probably played. You probably would have beaten it 3 times already and seen how fast you can get through it.
yeah. And now I'm 6 hours in, and it's been 3 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to the real world, Jasper. It's amazing. I wonder how long it'll take you to beat Halo CE remake.
Oh,
Or
that still will take like 3 hours. That's like muscle memory, so
do you
that
think
doesn't
it
go away.
it could be slightly different enough that it will affect your speed runs?
The only thing I think will affect it is honestly, you might be able to do it faster because you're going to have sprint.
That's true. What if they give you the
So
grapple
as long,
hook? Would that kill it?
I mean, oh, that, I mean, you finished that game in like an hour. The only thing that may be different is there's a lot of shortcuts in Halo
Mm-hmm.
CE that like break the sequences and you can skip a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So they may fix that, and you may have to actually do the whole level now. So we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. Shout out to PTK Blam, dude. What's up, PTK? Hope you're doing well, bro. Um, see Adidas 20 member for 11 months says salute, salute to you, good sir. Thank you for being here as well. Hope you're all having a good one. Def Leppard said he heard PlayStation is dead. Is that true, Jasper? Is PlayStation dead? That's what Def Leppard heard.
I saw that on Twitter. I don't remember who was talking about it, but someone said PlayStation's dead, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to listen to that. So I just scroll past it.
Was it King David?
I
No.
don't. I don't. I
I,
honestly, I don't remember who it was. I just saw the PlayStation's dead talk, and then I'm like, I'm going to keep scrolling.
yeah, I don't know. Um, I a lot of that kind of conversation stuff I just keep scrolling past now too. It's funny, like we've been talking about the shortfall of PlayStation first party this entire generation, and it seems like some people are just finally realizing that's the world we've been living in for years. So, however, the hardware still sells. Well, this is a little bit down right now, but previous to this past year, it's been selling like hotcakes anyway, and because it's just kind of the console of choice for casual gamers, right? Like it's your Call of Duty, Madden, NBA 2K, FIFA machine, right? Sorry, FC machine, whatever you want to call it, and that's just kind of what a lot of people are used to playing those games on, so they're just gonna buy them. And also, I do think they will sell a lot when GTA 6 comes out. I also think they'll sell a lot of pros when GTA 6 comes out because that will be the at launch that will be the best experience for GTA 6. Will be on PS5 Pro.
Assuming they
Um,
don't delay it to PC.
Assuming that, which I'm
Yeah.
hoping at this stage they do, because then that will be
Yeah.
the best experience, and that's what I would prefer. Right? Otherwise, I'll get it on Xbox and then I'll double dip on PC at some point down the road, which is what like I shouldn't even say that out loud because that's like what they're hoping for. They want all of us to do that. But hey, welcome to the show, Fuzz. What's up, man?
Hey, how you guys doing? Long time no see.
Yeah, man. It's Happy New Year. I haven't seen you since before. I think the what was it? The Game
Game
Awards.
Awards.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, doing great. Glad to be here with you guys. Happy New Year. Yeah, it's been fun playing games and not being on social media as much, but
Mm-hmm.
every now and then checking in, seeing the craziness and shenanigans as usual. So yeah,
Yeah.
here to talk about it.
Yeah, we got Dev Direct to look forward to. I've been playing Arc Raiders still. I did do the prestige thing, the expedition thing where we had reset when that became available, and I'm already max level again now, and I've already finished every step now for the next expedition, which isn't going to be probably for like 6 weeks, 5 weeks, something like I don't know when it is, but so I am way ahead of schedule compared to what I was last time. So yeah, me and Kate have been playing that just nonstop, and I've also been playing a lot of games that end in the word pit, um, Clover Pit and Ball Pit. I've been playing those on my Xbox Ally, and I'm really enjoying that, man. And I said this before, but I really got to give fucking props to them. I don't know how many people have talked about this or not, but it's not just the control feel on that device and the screen is really good, but like the fucking speakers on that thing. Like I've played on Steam Deck, I've played I have the Switch 2, I had the original Switch. Um and like the audio quality like coming through I don't even feel like I need to wear headphones, you know like audio quality and handheld mode on this thing is just like insane. It's awesome. So yeah, like props to them for actually putting good quality shit in that device. Cuz like the Switch 2, like it's got a good screen. Like I think the color of the Switch 2 of the screen and everything looks really good and crisp. But let's just be honest, like everything else inside that thing is fucking dog shit garbage. I
Pretty
I
much.
I put the Switch 2 in my daughter's room because she wanted to play Deltarune and we have it on there. And again, the Wi-Fi on that thing is absolutely fucking atrocious, man. No other device in my entire house has trouble picking up Wi-Fi in my entire house, and no matter what the fucking phone it is, any other kind of piece of equipment or PC or laptop or anything. I can get some garbage ass fucking piece of shit thing from Timu and probably put it in there, and it'll still be able to pick up Wi-Fi. But
Your damn smart toaster has better Wi-Fi than
the fucking the Switch, and it was the same problem on the first Switch. I was sure
yeah, the
that it would
first Switch.
be better on the Switch too, but the I fucking can't understand how in 2026 now, or what, I guess it came out in 2025, but how this fucking Wi-Fi is that dog shit garbage.
The one advantage I would say for the Switch 2 has over every other platform is it has DLSS. So
Yeah,
it does
like I
have that
said,
going for it.
I think the like actual visuals of this like are pretty solid, like on the device. Speakers suck on it. Um, like if you're playing handheld mode, I feel like you want to use headphones for sure. And Wi-Fi sucks. And the buttons feel so fucking small. Like, they're
Excuse me.
just so small, man. Anyway, yeah. So ROG Xbox Ally for the win for handheld for me. It's actually the first handheld like I really like feel like I'm enjoying playing and getting like an overall great experience. So, did you were waiting on one, right, Fuzz? You said, or you were gonna wait for
Yeah,
future devices?
yeah. Because although I'm gonna use the Steam Deck until the wheels fall off, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I do kind of want to use or buy one, but I want to see what we see come June as far as hardware, if we see hardware. There's still some rumors about them potentially making a Xbox Ally without a screen, which would be kind of like the go-between, more in line with like the Steam Machine, although the Steam Machine pricing not as good as I was hoping, but I mean the I guess you could say the 2 terabytes in the ballpark of where I figured, but yeah,
Has
I'm
the
gonna
pricing been
wanna wait.
confirmed yet for the Steam Machine?
It hasn't been confirmed, but it was what 950 I think for the 512 and roughly around
Well,
1070 or 1070
the
for the
all those
um,
numbers though came from a Czech or like whatever the a Czech online retailer. So it wasn't even like it could
US
just be
dollar.
like their to be determined like listing price for whatever that
Yeah,
Mhm.
seller
placeholder
is.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I I
Oh,
don't.
hoping that's at the
Yeah,
600 and 900. Well, 600 before the controller, and then the 2 terabyte. I'm hoping is like 900 ish with the controller, but we'll see.
my only thing when I saw everybody reacting to the prices of the Steam Machine, which I do agree, like for what we're expecting for the next Xbox and stuff, hardware to be the hybrid, probably will be way beyond the power capabilities of the Steam Machine.
Yeah.
However, um, people just in general reacting to the prices of that device made me wonder because they're acting like it's just too expensive to make an impact at all in the console space, made for TV box hardware space, right? And it made me start thinking, how are people going to react when the next Xbox prices are revealed? Because it's going to be more powerful than that. and I think they're done taking a loss on hardware. I don't know if they're going to be subsidizing it like consoles in the past, maybe somewhat. And we know all of the prices have been going up on everything. Now I don't know what kind of contracts they have in store. Like may have already placed their orders, at least for
Mhm.
like the initial first couple million or something that had maybe some prices were locked in. I don't know, you know. And people have been speculating that that could cause delays in hardware for Xbox's own personal device going forward. But the reports of the deals that they had been making were go back to earlier last year, right? That they've already ordered or had been placed a deal and all these other kind of things. So I don't know how all of that's going to work out. Of course, there's other PC components involved and other components involved with making those devices. But also, I would assume if you're in this mass manufacturing world, it's not the same kind of effect that it has on the everyday consumer. Um, Prices, I'm sure they're getting a hell of a deal on prices in the past from AMD and all these other companies that they're working with. So I don't know how it's going to necessarily affect us right away. I know that pre-builts right now for PC, like you can still get a pretty decent deal on some pre-builts that are out there. That's probably going to change. I think they're going to end up going up. But I got,
Yeah, some of them already started.
yeah, we right at Christmas time, we went ahead. We got everybody taken care of. So we'll be good for at least a little while. Um, but like for the sales prices around holiday season for a good like 5070 PC, 1 terabyte hard drive with a good CPU, that was around like $1,300 to $1,400 for like a good sale price, right? Which I'm wondering if that's around the equivalent spec wise that we would be looking at for the next Xbox potentially. Around
Mm,
that level, or do you think worse or better? I'm just
I
curious.
would say probably closer to the 40 series GPUs. But also I would going back to like your price stuff. I think Steam Machine, their advantage that they're going to have is they'll come in cheaper than both PlayStation and Xbox. And if both PlayStation and Xbox do that hybrid PC thing, it may look more convenient for a consumer to be like, I'm going to buy a Steam Machine because both Xbox and PC and PlayStation are already kind of doing that PC thing, and this is a cheaper entry point. So maybe I grab a Steam Machine over $1,500 or $1,000 Xbox and
Right. So, but
PS6.
at that point, if you're buying a PC hybrid, I do question the fact if you're already spending $1,000 and you have an option to spend like let's say $1,300 to get like a much more powerful device, like 1,000 versus 13, like because we live in that world of PC gaming today where it's like, well, future proofing, because I think the Steam machine, the
Well,
biggest detriment to it is a
when
little
you buy a Steam
underpowered.
machine, yeah, when you buy a Steam machine or Xbox or PS6 or whatever, you're not worried about future proof when you're buying those kind of pre-made, it's going to run out of the box machines. That's not. I don't think that's your concern when you buy those.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it will be if I'm spending 1,000 though.
And
You know what I
I
mean?
would.
Yeah.
It's Steam Machine's kind of like the Series S. It's like the Series S sold more than any like the Series X because it was cheaper and it was the entry point for
Yeah.
Xbox for consumers. So maybe that's the route that Steam Machine will end up being for that.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely a market for it. I'm curious how it's all going to play out. Like, Fuzzy, what do you think on hardware spec for the next, like, more than a 5070, worse than a 5070 pricing?
I think from a video card standpoint, it'll be kind of close to 5070. I think it's hard to say on the video card end of things, but on the CPU end of things, like buying that pre-built now, I think the CPU would be a little bit better. We'll see what they do as far as memory. Rumor had it that they're going to have it where it might be up to 48 gigs, but that's like a weird number. But
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's because it's being that split use kind of deal where you'll
Not
have
even
what
just
like 16 allocated versus the 32 or something like that to the CPU or
if
the
they do
general.
if they do 48 gigs of memory, that thing is going to be like $2,000 with brand prices
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah.
yeah. That's
I
the big thing.
I
It's
think
like, do they
32.
recalibrate that stuff? Like I'm figuring now, especially after AMD and Nvidia are talking about releasing old tech or old hardware just to kind of counter some of this stuff, which is weird because those aren't memory; those are the actual chips. But all in all, I guess if they were going back to releasing more 3060s and whatnot, and Ryzen 5 setup or earlier Ryzen 5 setups and things like that, do we kind of go through this retro PC phase where the consoles wind up being more powerful than what the average PC user will be using? I mean, on the high end of things, I don't figure there's that many people that are going to want to spend the 3,500 to 5,000 on, the bleeding edge of stuff. But I don't know. I think that Steam machine, kind of like what Jasper is saying, be like the Series S kind of positioning. It'll be a lower price point compared to the consoles. Won't be as powerful, but it will be able to play most of the games. Plus, you'll have a lot of developers focused on that, like they do with the Steam Deck. Like, I'm amazed at the amount of support the Steam Deck got, considering. But then again, it is Steam. They are the go-to for PC stuff, and it's basically a slightly detuned or de-sized version of the normal PC app, where you're fitting it to a screen, making sure it has either touchscreen compatibility or other button configuration compatibility to what's on the Steam Deck. So I don't know. I think those next consoles are going to be probably closer to 5070, a little bit above the 40 series, but not the 4090, obviously. Um, I think they will be a couple $100 more than what the Steam machine comes out at, but by the time those things come out, the Steam machine will probably be just like with the Steam Deck. There'll be an upgraded one, and then the original launch one will be like $500 or $600 or something like that for the 512. But to get the later or greater version where it's got like a faster SSD and possibly a more tuned up allocation for memory for the video card, that'll be the one that'll be like 1200 to the Xbox, hybrid 1300 or something crazy, or maybe that one's 1,000 at that point, and the Xbox is 1100, and the PS6 winds up being like 950 without a disk drive or and without a controller because they decided the way to get beat Xbox is to sell it without a controller. Just carry your DualSense over, something along those lines.
Yeah.
We'll see.
My thought when you were talking about with Nvidia and them releasing old GPUs, I don't. I kind of see that as them getting rid of old stock for one thing, from chips they've already made, and two is I think they've seen that so many people haven't necessarily upgraded as much as they want, so they're trying to still make a profit for this year and the next year by selling to consumers that don't have an upgraded rig, but they can still upgrade their GPU.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to also keep an eye on just what like regular PC prices do, because if at the end of the day, if like okay, like the hybrid Xbox comes out, and okay, you're paying, could you almost be paying a premium for just being an Xbox as opposed to just like buying a PC? You know, like
I
because right
think
now, like you could buy, like I said, at holiday season, you could buy a 5070 1 terabyte with a good CPU, PC for $1,300, right? And a lot of speculation for, especially if you go with the rumors of what the Steam machine is right now, for whatever this Xbox hybrid is going to be, it could be like over $1,000, maybe even higher, right? 1,200. And well, if it's less than what's out there in the PC market, you know what I mean? Like what PC may be the best option for people just to hook up and put on their TVs, because it'd be essentially the same thing. If you by that point, I would imagine the Xbox full screen experience will be out for everybody, not just insiders, and everything. So you could just boot up into that. Um, So it really, a lot of speculation has been about like, hey, is Asus making or somebody else making a OEM Xbox device in 2026? Well, my argument would be if they do the Xbox full screen experience and get it out to everybody in Windows, every PC is pretty much an OEM Xbox device at that point because you're getting the same experience that you do on a Asus Xbox Ally. If you boot into that, it's just your choice, as opposed to it coming out of the store by default and having Xbox controller that comes with it or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
I mean, I would say the Xbox OEM thing. I don't see Xbox producing it themselves. I think they do another license deal with another
Yeah.
computer manufacturer like Lenovo or Dell or whoever, and be like,
But
"Oh, we're just going to put our Xbox shit on there like we did for Asus,"
so my,
and
my
they're going
question
to
is
sell it
like,
as the Xbox PC.
if they're trying to get this whole like thing, the hybrid system done, like what will be the difference between a regular PC running the Xbox full screen experience and a next gen Xbox hybrid PC?
I would say
I'm curious.
the only difference is that you may be able to play some console exclusive games that don't go to PC. That would be it. Because you're
Right.
still going to be able to boot up into, if
And
you can boot up into Windows, you can play anything you want.
but can they come out with an update to PCs to allow us to do the same thing at that point?
What are you saying? Like play
Just
Xbox,
yeah.
whatever. I would. I think that comes down to a lot of different licensing aspects. Because when Xbox makes a
Mm-hmm.
game for, or when someone makes a game for Xbox themselves, they'll be like, "We're only able to sell it
Yeah.
on a console. We can't sell it on
Yeah, it's just like a
yada yada."
licensing via form factor,
Yeah,
which is kind of like stupid because it's all at the end of the day they're all PCs actually. You know what I mean? It's just like put it on the TV, and because it's made more to go on a TV with the form factor and we call it a console, we can have licensing for all the past you know what I mean?
yeah.
Even though both machines are technically capable of the same thing. So what if these OEM devices come out and they call themselves a console? Just call themselves that, and they make them for the TVs. You know?
My gut is they'll figure out an emulation mode that will allow you to play it if you have it in your digital library. So it'll only be digital formats only. So if you have a 360 game via digital, you might be able to play it, but then you won't be able to mod it like you could with a PC game. You won't be able
Right.
to, adjust the POV or the what do you call them, or even anything in the menu. Basically, whatever the console menu is, that's the only menu you'll have access to. If there's mods for like an actual PC version of that game on Nexus or any of the other PC mod places, yeah, you won't be able to do anything with it. So I think
I
that's
mean,
how they'll
essentially,
figure.
you're just talking about streaming console, which that may be the difference. Is like if you want to play your game, your console owns game native, you have to have this hybrid thing. Whereas if you don't, then you have to stream it, and you may not get as best of experience.
Yeah. So like in a sense, like the Xbox Ally kind of has like the same dual boot thing, right? Because it launches
Yeah,
automatically into this toned down Windows, right? That's the Xbox full screen experience. And you can then hit a button and then open up full Windows, but it tells you when you do it that hey, this is like going to use more resources that will take away from the gaming experience, right? So it gives you kind of like a warning about that, you know. And then when you go, if so, you can do all your Windows shit, and then like if you go want to go back, it allows you to go back into the other mode. You know what I mean? So essentially, that thing that's already there, and I think that's what they're kind of building as a foundation for what it's going to be like. But I think essentially, like, and I don't know for sure, but essentially, if it is like that, then when we boot up the next Xbox console, it's gonna look like the update process for Windows PC, like when you boot it up, like the Ally X's.
Would you like to sign up for Office 365?
Exactly. I mean, exactly. Yeah. What the Office? No, 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 no. And then you get to the Xbox full screen experience. That's pretty much what it is on Xbox Ally, and I'm curious if that's what it's going to be like or not. But we'll have to wait and see.
And I mean, technically, like I've done this a few times, like over the years. You can severely de-bloat Windows and make it a smoother experience that hogs it like less resources. So if you are tech savvy or if you want to do it, there's ways on PC where you can kind of already do that. Um, I just haven't done it on my current laptop because it hasn't been slow or anything. But I usually do it when stuff starts kind of slowing down.
Yeah.
It's a little bit harder on Windows 11 compared to 10. Like I've tried it, and every update reinstalls
Yeah,
some of that
you have
crap
to
right back.
fucking rerun all the debloat software and then
Oh man. I'm gonna go through a nightmare with you guys. Shout out to Black John. What's up, dude? Alvin, what's up, man? Talos, how's it going? Be nice, what's up? Antonio Newman, what's up? Otogi, what's up? Hope you all are doing well. So y'all remember when I didn't build it. I had my PC built in 2023 for Starfield, right? I picked out all the parts and everything from Micro Center, and I have paid for them to build it for me. I picked it up, brought it home. It's been amazing, right? It's been amazing. However, the only thing that's always bugged me about it was, unlike a pre-built you'd buy from a store, like it has all my RGB fans and stuff, but Armory Crate on here and whatever, I can't control my fucking RGB, so they were stuck in rainbow mode for 2 years, right? And like I wanted to adjust my RGB. I know it's like not a important thing, but I want to have it look how I want. Finally crack this fucking code because I've been trying my damnedest to figure out how to do it. And I'm supposed to be able to use Armory Crate, to do it. Because they have the whole aura thing on there for Asus and all that shit. But it doesn't work.
Well, so before you get too deep, I'm just going to tell you that RGB in computer history has been a fucking nightmare because every brand has always had a different connector or a different program or a different software. So they never talk to each other. So you could have like lights on your keyboard, lights on your GPU, and lights on your fan, and you have to control all of them by different software. So that's been a problem for PC forever.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
my
it
MSI,
is.
my NZXT, and my Asus, all because it's Asus motherboard. All three of them, I basically found a way to sync them by mimicking the same rainbow wave pattern and timing. Like it took me forever because the slowest one moving is the MSI card, and then the NZXT is like the fastest. So the thing goes through the color change. It's like red, green, blue, yellow, whatever, and then the other one is just like blue, purple, yellow, and it's like it's frustrating. And when I try to do it for the boys, because you have to have the wiring matched up to the motherboard, if you don't get everything from one place, whether it's Corsair or Asus, yeah, you're pretty much hosed.
Yeah. Dude, okay, so I wasn't aware of this. I just thought that, hey, Micro Center was gonna make it all work. You know what I mean? And I was gonna be able to like, hey, it's just gonna be easy. So I got the brand is Leanne Lee for my fans, right? So I got two groups of 3 fans, right? And those are linked together in a chain, right? And then I got my graphics card that has lights on it, and that's it. So you'd think simple, right? But for some reason, the Armor Crate doesn't recognize my fucking fans, or allow me to actually customize a graphics card, which both of them show up in there. But whenever I make any changes, nothing happens. So like I finally did some code cracking. It's like, okay, hey, there's different RBG things I can use. Okay, so there was this one called Open RPG RGB, right? I like this was an open source RGB controller that everybody uses and it's supposed to be great. I opened it up. All of a sudden, I see two of my fans light up. My third one's gone, and same on the other. And I'm like, oh shit! So I fix. I'm trying to fix that. Then all of a sudden, I can change the color on those ones, so that was good. But then all of a sudden, they all fucking went out. The lights, and I can't figure out how to fix it. So I uninstall that shit. I do a recovery. I bring back my PC to before I install that. The lights are all still gone. So then I'm like, okay, Armory Crate still isn't working. And now I have no fucking lights, and it looks like the dark abyss inside my PC. I can't see shit. I was pissed off. Also the glass on my like PC is like darkened, so I like literally couldn't see in there at all. So then I find another one called Signal RGB. I install that, and hey, that one was pretty good because it auto detects everything perfectly. And the Open RGB thing, that sucks. Okay, you have to like tell it how many fucking LEDs everything has and all this shit. And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't know. How am I supposed to know? Like, I'm not a scientist. Like, this shit doesn't like just tell me. I tried looking up information, couldn't find anything. So the signal should be just detected everything, and it brought me back 3 of my fans, but the other ones still won't it still won't turn on. So the front of my PC has no color. I have 3 on it that I did change the color. I was able to change the color also on my graphics card, but now it's went back to rainbow today for some reason. I have no fucking clue why. And I can't use Signal RGB anymore because I realize by using it, it pretty much cancels out and forces not to open any other programs that have anything to do with color in it. So like my SteelSeries software or any other software like my Razer software I have, anything else that could potentially give you the capability of changing the color on something, even a mouse, or it automatically keeps from opening. So I can't. I use the SteelSeries shit for my mic. I can't use it. So I had to fucking uninstall Signal RGB. Now I'm at a fucking loss. Right now I'm at a rainbow fucking GPU. I have 3 teal colored fans and I have 3 darkened fans. And I don't know what to fucking do. I need some help. Please. Somebody.
So the reason that some of them may have, I don't know if all of them were actually detected. I'm thinking that they could have had some fans plugged into the motherboard and then possibly the other 3 fans plugged into a controller. And one of those is either not talking anymore. So
Yeah, I think what's going on is the 3 on the front are plugged into my motherboard.
Okay, that makes sense. So it probably lost, like, whatever the controller is. It may have like fucked with the driver or something for that. There's like a little hub on it's probably on the back side of your motherboard, like zip tied to it or something, and they plug in like multiple fans to it, and that usually controls your like fan speed.
That's
and
great
lights and
information,
stuff.
Jasper. How do I fix it?
It's a good question.
Yeah, we'll find. I don't know. Anyway, I'm in this like on. And every time I end up doing something, it seems like it fucks up my PC. Also, and this is just for fucking colors, man. Like, can we just like?
That's why on my PC back home, I just made them everything blue. Once I was able to get like a every color match, I'm like, okay, I'm not touching this anymore. Everything's blue. That's the way it is.
That's all I wanted. All I wanted was them to be this like the kind of like the fun speculation color. I just wanted them all that teal kind of thing for like the original logo. Because like one of my favorite colors. So like I just wanted everything like that, and I got 3 of them there. But now I'm at a loss. And I was really scared for a second because I couldn't see in the case, and I thought my fans stopped working.
Yeah.
But no, the fans are still all working. So Um, I am in an infinite loop with RGB. RGB like is fucking crazy, bro. Anyway, we have more important things to talk about, I guess. So, we'll see what happens with Xbox in 2026 and the hardware stuff. You know, I saw Boom and Jez talking about it a little bit today. Jez had an article that was some rumors he was looking into about an OEM Xbox device in 2026, and Boom ran with that on for one of his shows. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens there. I think there will be interesting things in hardware. I think we could at least see potentially another handheld. You know, like we already got another. I don't need necessarily branded as an Xbox. What I mean is running by default the Xbox full screen experience. Like we could see a Lenovo or something with that, because I think Lenovo just came out with their Steam machine, right? Their Steam
Well, they had
one.
the Lenovo Go S or something like
Yeah, yeah,
that. That
yeah.
was their Steam preloaded. So I could see a Lenovo Go X with
Well, I think
Xbox preloaded.
aren't all the new ones that are coming out pretty much running that now, actually,
They're
or
running Windows, but I don't think they come default with that Windows full
the full
screen
screen?
experience. I think you would have to go back and update it yourself to do that. You can
Okay,
do it. It's just that out of the box, I don't think it's preset.
yeah, okay. It'd be nice if like we get more of those that are like preset for that. I think it's the best way to go for those handhelds, for the Windows based ones at least. So, all right, man. Well, beyond that, we do have some more speculation regarding the developer direct next week. And I saw somebody in the chat earlier asked if we will be co-streaming
Live
that.
stream.
And yes, we will absolutely be co-streaming the Dev Direct next week. I also saw Shizno Elite say, and that is why I will never go back to PC. It just is not worth the trouble. Well,
Well, if you
It's
don't
just
give a shit about RGB, you're fine.
yeah. But like, I will also like caution you. I think it's Shizno saying never is kind of with the devices that are going to be coming out, and you may be playing on a PC without even really knowing you're playing on a PC. Like, you know, like the next Xbox may be way more of a PC than you're ready for. So if you are like ride or die Xbox, right? And this next Xbox hybrid PC, if it's anything like the Asus ROG Ally X Xbox, then it's with how it's boots up and sets up and everything, which I think is a good possibility. Then
Then,
you're gonna get a PC experience pretty much. You know what I mean?
but if you don't want that, boy, does Xbox have a device for you. It's called a Series X.
Absolutely. And I got my Series X's, and I'll be loving them for a long time also, man. Got a Series S, Series X, and those are still great. Like, I love being able to just boot up the Xbox in the bedroom. In here on the TV behind us as well, and we play games on those. And got one in the living room, and it's just easy to pop on. I don't want that experience to change. However, also something that is changing is the cloud gaming is becoming even more popular and a little bit more mainstream. And I think that will continue to grow. I don't know to what extent, but there is the possibility of, well, if it gets trying to force people into that at some point, and I know people don't want to hear that whatsoever, but for the casual market, because if they have, okay, well, we have a cheap access point for everybody who just wants to play games. You just go and you have it already on your TV. You just subscribe to Game Pass. You know, you don't even need to buy hardware. Just subscribe to Game Pass, right? That's your option. That's your avenue. There is a world where potentially that's the cheap entry point, and then hey, for the enthusiasts, we have these hey, you know, boxes that are over $1,000. You know, and that could be the. I mean, if you look at where the PC market even is going, they're already talking about in a world where people don't even have PCs and
I
everybody
mean,
is just
that's the ultimate path for everything is
hmm,
you just stream it because then companies don't have to make and sell hardware. They can keep it all in house, and then you're just a user that they get your data from, and they can sell that.
yeah, the downside to that is having to pay for the service.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because because with that comes with you paying for whatever service you're using to access the PC, essentially the PC that lives in the cloud, right?
yeah,
Like Nvidia is pretty much doing that now for gaming, right? Hey, you're running one of their GPUs or whatever to play games on,
yeah.
and the future of computing, they're talking about that being the way it's going to go, right? Like they're just going to have everything like in the cloud, and people just you sign in to your thing, you just have a display and an internet connection probably, and hey, you got a super powerful thing that can do whatever you need it to do right there. There's no reason for you to have a PC in your home, right? So that if they're already looking at that as the future, all these big tech companies looking at it as the future
Well, I
for
mean,
computing.
that's a way for them to save money and then increase profits. Like that's all that
Yeah.
is, and that's what
Yeah,
they want.
because they're forcing you to have to
Yeah,
subscribe to their services to access.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's basically where I think things are headed. If they're already pushing that way for computing, well, like gaming seems like an easy path for them. People have applauded Nvidia for doing that, like all the time. People are like,
They
"Oh, their
just
service is amazing. Their service is amazing." That people say it all the
their
time.
service may be amazing, but one, I don't want to play in cloud, and two, they just also I think changed their policy where now you can only get 100 hours a week of the max, like the best performance, and after that 100 hours, you get charged an additional fee for like every
Right,
couple hours afterwards.
which sucks. It reminds me of like paying for
Yeah,
minutes on a cell phone.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't want to do
The
that with
texting
yeah,
plan and the
playing fucking
data
games. Like I'm not at a fucking what are the LAN places you'd have to go, like internet cafes? You
internet
know what I
cafe.
mean? Yeah, or whatever. Like you go and like places to play the video games back the little like places where you have all the PC gaming set up and you'd pay.
Yeah,
Back in the day. Yeah, I don't want that to be the everyday fucking
yeah,
world we live
that's
in.
stupid.
No, 100%. But there is I'm just saying, everybody, there is a path potentially where that's where things are headed. You know what I mean? So, because these companies could be looking at that as like, well, we don't need to make cheap hardware for people. They already have a way to play games. You know, so I was just saying, Shizno, like I know it. You say never going back to PC, but at some point, that cheap console like experience may be gone for you. So maybe either buy a higher end PC like hybrid type device or something, or play via the cloud.
I just see
I,
companies like Steam becoming more like consoles as time goes on.
Yeah,
The Steam Deck was pretty much that first hat in the ring kind of thing. It took basically a portable PC and made it feel like a console. Sure, you can do the full PC stuff, from the desktop portion of it, but yeah, out of the box, especially now more so than when it first launched, it feels pretty much like a console. The same thing with a lot of these handheld PCs like the Ally X and stuff
yeah,
like that. So
yeah. The chat's correcting 100 hours per month, not per week.
yeah, I'm so,
Yeah,
yeah, that's even worse. So,
right. Yeah, that's worse. But that would be extreme. 100 hours per week.
yeah,
Like my God. Yeah, that's like fuck. That
I mean
is
it's 4 days.
4 days out of your week, absolutely just
Yeah,
doing nothing but gaming on Nvidia Cloud. That would just be absolutely crazy. Um, Shizno says, if I have no choice but use PC and have to deal with all the problems it brings with it, then I am done gaming. Hey, well, you'll have your choice. Maybe play the cloud.
I'm gonna go
That's what they're
bust out the
gonna.
old VCR and just watch VHS tapes.
Yeah, I don't know,
there'll be
man.
retro devices, like
Yeah.
especially now that they're talking about selling that old inventory of like the
Hmm.
30 series cards and stuff. There'll be There'll always be
Yeah, I mean
retro
this
devices.
is like a 30 to 40 year look in the future. I think this isn't like tomorrow kind of thing.
Yeah. Maybe not that far though, Jasper. Think of that 30,
Yeah,
40
that's
years
true.
ago. Like what 19 if 40 years ago would be 1986, right?
Yeah.
Fuck. I was 3 years old. I think PCs just became something that people would put in a house, and they just had green type words on them, and like I think that's about it. Like what was like DOS
I
prompt
had
and
a
shit. Like it was like all there was. I don't even fucking know,
I
man.
had a ColecoVision and a Commodore 128
Yeah.
around that time.
Um.
Actually, probably by that point, I moved up to the Tandy 1000 or something, whatever the Radio Shack PC
Yeah.
was
Did your
back in
printer
the
have
day.
the fucking like tear sides on
Yeah,
the
the
side of
tear.
it with the
Yeah.
dots?
No, I at that point I think I had what would be a regular one without the little perforated lines, but I had one before that that was the Aquarius, which was like the Activision
Uh
PC.
huh.
It was like you know how like some stores have like those receipts and stuff where if they get wet, all the stuff disappears, or if
Yeah.
it gets close to heat, it turns blue or black or something.
Yeah.
I had one of those printers. Then I had on the Commodore, I had the one with the perforated lines where you tear off the sides. And then I think we had because it was like there was a word processor and the Tandy. It just had like it would take regular sheets at that point. I think that's 86, 87 because that's when I moved to PA. So yeah, we had like a regular printer at that point.
Yeah. Crazy, man. Namomar says PC
Fun
problems are
time.
over exaggerated. Yeah, I mean sometimes
Agree.
I do agree with that after having a PC now for a few years that I really game on a lot. Occasionally something will happen and it's like fuck, and you spend like some time fixing it or whatever, but it's not like some big over dramatic thing that takes forever and ever. Yeah, but like PCs can't have problems just like any kind of hardware. Like you could have a console go out, you know,
One of my
and
Series X's go out, my original launch one,
yeah.
where Division and Need for Speed Unbound kept crashing it. It would
Mm-hmm.
completely cut it off and reboot it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But PC wise, I didn't really have problems with my PC until Windows 11 was forced on us. So
Yeah, it depends on what software you all have installed on your PC too, I think. A lot of times cuz like some things do better with their updates and others and can cause issues. So, I think I think they're going to do a good job with streamlining it to make it more for that casual type gamer that just wants the easier experience, but behind the scenes it'll still be like a PC, you know.
I mean, also with them debloating Windows, that helps a lot because you have less
Yeah, exactly.
crossover between different services and softwares interacting with each other. So there's less of an issue that you might have there.
Mhm. Google Post says also from earlier math, some motherboards I saw I say RPG.
RP.
RGB controller has buttons to your motherboard on top or side. You might just need to turn it on. I have a button on the top of my PC, but it doesn't do anything. And I don't know like if Micro Center didn't hook something up to it or if it was just an option and they didn't do it or
Well,
whatever. But
is it the Leon Lee case?
no, it's a Corsair case.
Okay.
they probably had a different connector, so they just hooked it up to the hub and then took your hub up to your motherboard.
Yeah, but like there's when I ran the signal RGB, there was something that detected like a Lian Lee controller,
Yeah.
right? And there was four channels on it. Okay. And then on the first channel was a chain of 3 fans, right? So there's 3 other controllers listed there for the Lian Lee thing that it detected, but if I try putting the other fans on any of them, like it doesn't do anything. So
They
I
probably have
don't
all your
know.
fans daisy chained into that channel 1.
I tried
If I were
that
to
too.
guess.
So I tried adding the 4th, 5th, and 6th on there to see if that would do anything, and that didn't work either. So I don't know if they're not. Now, on the motherboard, it detects the GPU, and it detects an addressable LED strip, which I'm guessing is probably the other fans, because there's no other LED strip I have in there. But it doesn't do anything when I try and control it. So I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. Anyway, loss. So Dev Direct 2026. Hold on. Uh-oh. What happened? Okay, are we back?
What?
Did we dip out? I don't know. The YouTube thing just said connect your encoder to go live, but we're still live. Can y'all hear me still? Yes? No?
I can hear you.
Oh, I know you can.
I can see it.
Chat? It's still live? That's weird. It's never done that before. All right, so we have confirmed Fable will be there. We have confirmed Forza Horizon 6 will be there. Also, we have a leaked release date. I think it was the 19th or 15th? 19th?
19th and
19th.
15th for early access.
And, so that's cool. That's about when we predicted, isn't it? For Forza. I think we made predictions last week on when around it could be. I think I don't remember. Fuck,
maybe I don't know.
Maybe
But
we're way off. I don't.
May sounds like a good date. So
Yeah. So we have a big show. Also, Beast of Reincarnation will be there. So there was some I saw online speculating because the G's on the marketing material look like 6s. That there could be 6 games at this Dev Direct. I don't know if that's something to look into.
People need to check their expectations because that clearly means GTA 6 is going to be there.
No, not GTA 6. Yeah, not when. So Xbox had made a comment to somebody like a big year for games ending in 6, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, Elder Scrolls fucking 6 is going to be there." Elder Scrolls 6 now.
No.
So I'm trying to think of all the games ending in 6. Okay, just for fun speculation, right? Because this is just what we fucking do, right? So we have Forza Horizon 6 and GTA 6. Gears E-Day does not end in a 6. It's just fucking Gears E-Day. I know it's the 6 Gears.
What is it? Gears 6 or is that Gears? Would that be Gears 7?
It would be Gears 6.
6. Yeah.
I mean, if you count Gears of War Judgment, like you could call it, which is Gears of War Judgment's also a prequel, right? So like Gears E-Day doesn't end in 6. Now maybe in their minds it does, but it doesn't. This is another prequel, right? This is not Gears 6. This is Gears E-Day. Now maybe Gears 6 is still something that will happen, right? Because continuing on from that story, but there's been no like word 100% on when that could be. So what other games besides Forza Horizon 6 and GTA 6 are confirmed for this year?
Persona 6.
Which one?
Persona
6? That will probably
I think that makes
revealed this year.
Yeah, June showcase kind of thing.
I could see that being revealed. It's time to reveal Persona 6. Fable is not a 6. That would be Fable 4 if you're counting, but it's also kind of a reboot, so that wouldn't count. Halo CE Remake is not a 6. And if you were to count, Halo Infinite would have been Halo 6, right?
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be Halo unless they actually come out with something called Halo 6, which would be weird. Um,
I mean, Fallout 6 would be the next Fallout game, but we're going to get Fallout 3 and remaster first. And then there's Fallout 76 that ends in a 6, so you get an update.
yeah.
Fallout 86.
Virtua Fighter 6, Be Nice says.
Yeah.
I would say, okay, yeah, just 2 games ending in 6 wouldn't be a huge year for games ending in 6, in my opinion. Yeah, GTA 6 in alone may mean that, but like maybe we are getting reveals of games ending in 6 also from Xbox. Because I would hope that if they're going to make that comment, they're not just referring to one other game besides the one that they have. You know, Forza Horizon
Oh, yeah,
6 and
Fallout 5.
then GTA 6.
You're right.
So we're missing Fallout 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
we don't need that one.
If you count, if you do count New Vegas, then that would be the 6th Fallout. If you don't count Fallout 76, which is a reach. So why would you count New Vegas and not count 76? Because 76 is multiple. I don't fucking know. That'd be a reach. So yeah, I think we're
Rainbow Six.
Rainbow Six. What? Okay.
Rebooted for the 3rd time.
Maybe there could be a new. I hope there's a new Rainbow Six. That'd be awesome. And maybe it's just called Rainbow Six. Reboot it, and then it would end in 6.
You know, I was trying to think of other stuff that's not 6 related, but that comes out somewhat soon. The Diablo 4 expansion comes out in April, and we just seen the trailer on it. So, I mean, Dev Direct would be a good time to show some stuff on it at least.
Yeah, they could. That would be a good.
I think they do have.
Guess.
Oh wait, you said it comes out in May or
April?
Yeah. When's BlizzCon this year?
That's usually in the fall, I think.
I think it's usually in August.
Yeah, it's the fall.
It's some. Is it? When does fall start? I don't know. In Texas, that shit's still fucking hot. So like it's summer to me in August. I don't know when the first day of fall technically is, but that's fucking summer here, man.
Fall starts in September, so you're right.
Yeah. Google Post says there's supposed to be a Splinter Cell being worked on. Yeah, there's supposed to have been a Splinter Cell being worked on for fucking ever. The reboot.
I thought they canceled that.
The reboot? No, it hasn't officially been canceled yet. They'd canceled the VR game. Thank God.
It would have been cool.
So any other 6s? I mean,
remaster of Far Cry 6.
Far Cry 6 is already a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would be that. State of Decay would be 3.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it just comes down to we're seeing that GTA 6 is going to be here. That's what we're saying. Because it's the only other 6.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of franchises that the last game we've got ended in a 5.
Oh, Devil May Cry.
Okay, Devil May Cry 6. I could see that. It'd be about time. It'd be about time for that. How many Splinter Cells were there? There was one, the Splinter Cell. There's Pandora Tomorrow. There was Chaos Theory. Then there was Conviction. Then there was Double. Oh wait, so there's no. Hold on. Chaos Theory, Double Agent, then Conviction, and then Blacklist. So there's already been 6 Splinter Cells. So it wouldn't be that. So it's just GTA 6 and Forza Horizon 6. Huge year for games ending in 6. I call bullshit on that. I'm saying there's more. There's more. Elder Scrolls 6 will be revealed this year. Will it show up at a show, right? Persona 6 also could, like, that was a good call out, could show up at a show. I think that there will be some reveals this year. Now, technically, Elder Scrolls 6 was already revealed as a teaser, just what Todd Howard's saying. And yes, eventually we're going to make this game. Not really giving us anything. However, I think that we will see actually a glimpse at a tease, something else for Elder Scrolls this year. And I can't think of like anything else. Like Street Fighter 6 had already come out last year. So that's Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Resident Evil's way fucking beyond that. They're already at 9 now with Requiem, right? Um, somebody in the chat, you got any other sixes? Come on, man. Because everybody's been talking about this is the year of the six. There's only two.
Oh, the obvious ones. Madden 26. Well, no, Madden 26 already came out, didn't it?
Yeah, that was last year's. They're always like a year ahead. So it'll be Madden 27. Assassin's.
It's all the sports
I was gonna
games
say
are like, yeah.
Assassin's Creed just has a random game that ends in 6. Goat Simulator 6. They just skip 4 and
Skip some more
5 like they
numbers.
skipped 2. Yeah. Who knows, man? You're mute, Jasper. Oh shit. I read your lips that right there. Oh shit. Hello? Hi. How's it going, man?
Oh, there we go. I was saying I was struggling to think of games that end in a 6 because usually a lot of franchises, once they get up to numbers, they just start fucking making like subtitles instead of.
Mm-hmm. I mean, do you think they're thinking Gears in their head when they're making that post?
I think so. Because before it was called E-Day, I was thinking Gear 6 is going to be announced and they won't call it E-Day.
Yeah.
So,
is there any chance we actually see Elder Scrolls 6 or Gears of War at the Dev Direct?
I think they probably save Gears of War for the summer direct.
yeah.
Okay.
And most of those 6 games, other than Forza Horizon 6, most of those will make an appearance in June.
So you think we're actually going to have 6 games at the Dev Direct?
I think the only way we have 6 games is if Sega is the partnered developer on top of what is it, Game Freak or whatever that's doing the other game. If Sega makes an appearance and they have their super games, which I think Golden Axe, let's say Golden Axe, Crazy Taxi, and Jet Set Radio. Although I think there was at least another one that they had made mention of. Maybe all 3 of those are announced and given dates.
Yeah, I mean, I could see like you get a 4th game that's kind of solo, stands on its own, and then like the other 2 games that add to 6 is like maybe like a collection where it's like Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remake.
Yeah.
So it's like technically 2 games, but it's like one announcement.
Because I've been seeing a lot of people speculate that we could see like 6 games here, and I'm like, well, like that would be a stretch. Like for me, I would think 4, maybe 5 tops, because we've had 2 surprises at these before. So yeah, I think we could have up to 5, but 6 would be a crazy reach. But like you're right, Jasper. If it is some kind of like a collection thing, that could, equate for some more, and maybe it would be like some remastered collection, like you rumors of the Fallout stuff, like Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 remastered, right? That would be 2
it's
games.
Like one announcement, but it's 2 games.
So what were we talking about? There's like a countdown clock for Fallout or something.
Yeah, so there's some website. I saw someone posted like on a YouTube video. I haven't like actually went to the website, but it's like you know how in Fallout when you like open your map and there's like a lock symbol or like it's a grayed out like location you haven't been to or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, there's that symbol on like the Pit Boy map, and it has like a countdown. And like the last time I saw it in a video was like 45 days in counting or something.
When
that was like a couple weeks ago.
Okay, so is it counting
last
down
week maybe?
to? I wonder what that clock is at.
I think it's ends like the first week of February or something like that, maybe.
Okay.
It'd be like the season finale thing.
No, the season ends, I want to say, at the end of June. Let me see if I can't just find it. Fallout countdown.
So Game Adaptation Newscast says they made a vid about it, and it's a secret pin on the map where New Vegas is, revealed on February 4th. So it ends on February 4th. Same day as the finale. Okay. Read my comments. I already am. Yeah, so I think okay, so if it's at the season finale, maybe they have like the New Vegas remaster announcement at that time.
And Fallout
Or
3?
Shadow Drop. And Fallout 3,
Well,
hopefully.
I would, because there is that pre-order of they like remastered or re-released Fallout New Vegas this year. They're doing that because there's that pre-order for it.
Right. Okay, so
it's just the PC game.
Game Adaptation Newscast says Jez already confirmed it's not remasters. Okay. Well, never mind then, I guess. I mean, is there a chance Jez could be wrong?
Well, maybe the countdown is not that, but maybe it's still at a dev direct because the Fallout 3 remake is like basically all but confirmed.
Right. Supposedly this next episode of Fallout's supposed to be huge. Also, I saw. Well, I haven't even watched any of them yet, but I saw a Walton Goggins. Walton Cockins.
Yeah, he plays the ghoul.
Kate calls him Wilbo Gaggins. Yeah, the ghoul guy. He made a post talking about like how this next episode is like, hopes it affects everybody as much as it did him and stuff with the writing and shit like that. I don't know. So again, that Adaptation Newscast says in his latest big article about Xbox, he says someone told him it's not a remaster. I believe him. Okay, well,
again, maybe the countdown's not, but it could still come up with the dev direct.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, I just got a lot of sources. He's got a lot of info out there. I mean, but like at the same time, like there still could be something that whoever told him could be wrong. Who knows? We don't know. I don't know who it is. Who knows, man? But I do think there is going to be Fallout.
Thought of another 6 game.
Okay.
Cyberpunk 2076. He goes back.
At 1 year, a 1 year prequel.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think that's it. Just a hunch. But maybe. So we got the dev direct, Forza Horizon 6. I'm starting to actually get a little bit of my hopes, like in dreams, about what Forza Horizon 6 could be. I'm trying to dampen that hope that I have a little bit, because I don't know if you've noticed this, Fuzz, but anytime they show anything or any kind of like tease or mention of it, all the artwork they're doing for it is the typical countryside type stuff. And I don't know if it's you, but like if I was teasing Forza Horizon 6, maybe show a little glimpse of Sizzy, if what we hope was in there, the Tokyo stuff, the night lights and the highway racing and around the nights of Tokyo, maybe show a glimpse of it somewhere in that artwork or whatever. But or either that, or they're keeping it completely close to their vest, to have it be a huge surprise, or it's going to be the typical countryside racing, Forza Horizon game. I know you want the same thing that all of us here on Fun Speculation have hoped and dreamt for with this Japan Forza game. Something that we've talked about for years, and hoping if Forza Horizon, even before Forza Horizon 5 was revealed, there's a lot of speculation about it could be Japan, and we talked about what we would hope if it happened. You know what I mean? We've been talking about this shit for years. Now that they announced it was Japan, I'm sure they've heard the same sentiment from tons of people out there about what they would hope for. However, it's just not the kind of games that they've made in the past, so it's would be a huge leap and different Forza Horizon than we've ever gotten before. Um, and I'm starting to think that we're gonna get more of essentially the same kind of Horizon that they've made only because of the teaser images and everything that they've been presenting out there. And I would
Mhm.
think that if they were again like if they were doing what Weird Help, they would show some kind of tease about it or some kind of little glimmer of something to hint at that at least. Um, but maybe I'm wrong. What do you? You're the racing guy, Fuzzy. So what are your thoughts?
I'm hoping the same. Like I because of the playlist stuff that you can make in game as far as like the different tracks and stuff, because they have a lot of cityscape stuff in that, I'm hoping they're just holding it close to the chest and we'll get to see it on what was it, the 22nd for the Dev Direct. I think they're gonna try and do like what they did for Forza Horizon 5, where they show a cactus kind of wavering in the wind and like maybe a dust ball or something, and then the car goes flying by. I think they're going to show us like we finally did it. We're in Japan and blah blah blah, and they're like showing people crossing the street at an intersection. Then the light changes, and then the cars come drifting by, and then you follow the car because that's what the end game looks like. So I have a gut feeling they're going to try and trick us into thinking, oh, it's just photorealism. You know that they're showing actual pictures of Japan, and they take us downtown and have us drifting around corners and getting on the highway, which the highway definitely has to improve over like previous iterations. Like a long straight highway, great. Also have it where it loops around so we can do kind of like the no hezzy like mode type stuff where you're dipping and dodging in and out of traffic,
Mm-hmm.
or just have it where you can race, do the highway racing and then loop back around, go back through town, and then go after it again with the next group of cars and stuff like that. But I think they'll have the city because I think they know that's probably a third of what people want. They want the drifting, especially down the mountainside. They want the drifting through the city. And they want the highway stuff. So I think they're holding a lot of stuff close. And I've been trying to think of like expansion stuff as well, which
Yeah.
I'm hoping we get one of the drift tracks that are actually in that area. I know they have like the regular version of the track in Gran Turismo. It's that I forget what they call the track now, but it's that real short, like looping back and forth track kind of thing. Have the drift version of that where you can drive from the town before you get to the mountainside, get to that track, do your drift competitions there, and then go back through the city and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure they'll have like the neon lights, the tall buildings, and city streets and things like that. I'm just hoping they also have like the highway stuff with the
Yeah.
traffic that you can dip and dodge out of. Like, if they could take everything they've learned from Forza Horizon 5 and blend in a little bit of that Tokyo Extreme Racer aspect into it with the highway loop, I think I'll be happy with that. But they definitely will. I'm about 90% sure they're going to have at least a decent cityscape, bigger than what they had for both Forza Horizon 4 as well as 5. Even though actually I think 3 had the biggest cityscape for the Australian seaside and stuff
Well,
like
see,
that.
that's what I was going to mention. Was I was thinking back to it. I think the best city they've ever done was a Forza Horizon that a lot of people probably didn't play, and that was Forza Horizon 2, the Fast and Furious expansion, like
Yeah.
DLC download thing that was free because they like made it its own separate kind of game when it released. So it was kind of weird, kind of get. But if you downloaded that and played that, like there was a lot of city aspect to that game, and that's probably the biggest city stuff that they've actually made.
I don't know if I
Yeah.
played the DLC on two. How big was
Because
it?
it
Was it
was
like substantial or
yeah, they separated into its own game and had its own
right?
achievement list.
Yeah. And one of the achievements is bugged. Like I have the charger unlocked, but it still won't pop.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
So besides Forza Horizon, which I think we're gonna get a lot of answers for Forza because like I mean it's coming out
Yeah.
in May, So this is going
They
to
said they're
be
showing gameplay, so
gameplay. I think we're going to get a lot of information, and it makes me curious too about the release date potentially for the next game, which is Fable, right? And um, I have this feeling, and I talked about it before, that I really think, and maybe I'm completely wrong, right? But I really think Fable will be that game that Xbox has made this generation that completely blows everybody away. Like, everybody's gonna see it, and they're gonna be like, "Holy shit! Like, what? Look what Playground did. How is this even fucking possible? Like, is this real? Like, oh my god!" And I think it potentially could ascend into that like stratosphere of like holy shit games. You know what I mean? And then release, and then everybody gets pissed off about something stupid and can't cancel culture it on the internet, and then it rebounds, and then it ends up becoming an all-time classic. That's the cycle, probably, just because that's what we go through these days with games, right? Um, but I got this feeling about it from the I remember like seeing the original teaser for it, and like she's there, she like throws like a fireball or whatever, you know, or not the original teaser. The original teaser had the frog eating a fairy or some shit, you know what I mean? And then there was the first like hint of gameplay where like she like threw a fireball or something, and I was like, holy shit, that looks fucking crazy. Like, and everybody was like, we still need to see gameplay of Fable, and 3-Bit was telling us that's the game, and people were out there being like, no, we still need to see gameplay, and 3-Bit's like, that's gameplay. That's what the game looks like, you know? And then people were like, oh, we still need to see gameplay. That's the fucking game, everybody. That's what it looks like. And the people were like, tell us something about Fable, 3-Bit. He's like, it has grass. that's all he would tell us.
Cowboy hat, 8-ball rope.
Yeah. Is that what he said? He gave us some like cryptic tease or something. There was like some like random words that he ran down. I can't remember what they were, but I think 8-ball and cowboy were two of them.
Yeah.
I don't remember all of them. So overall, like, this looks like a potentially amazing game. Now, the moment was it 2 years ago when they actually showed the actual trailer, and they had like the, you know, the giant, you know, and the people talking and stuff, and then they just showed that sequence of the character walking through the town, looks like Bowerstone potentially or something. And that moment gave me chills like crazy watching at the summer showcase for Xbox, because it looked like what I could dream of a new Fable looking like, you know. And you know, I don't think it's going to be a Peter Molyneux Fable, right? I think this is going to be, you know, this is not Lionhead, although they did bring in people from Lionhead. I think there is going to be some heart and soul there from the original Fables, but I think they are cooking up something that has some of that heart and soul of it, but really taking it to this next level. And we're going to experience a game like we really haven't experienced before. Because Fable always kind of had the, like, it looked good graphically and stuff, but it was always kind of a little bit more cartoony and stuff. But like, Playground is a visual masterpiece studio, right? And we've already seen that in these trailers. Now, they've already proven from the animations and the characters that they can create good looking characters, character models that look real, you know, as opposed to what we're used to seeing in the Forza games in the background, you know, so that we actually have good animation, good characters, all that stuff. And I remember when we were playing Forza Horizon 5, looking at the detail around the world and just thinking about, okay, like, this, every little aspect of this fucking like huge open world here is gorgeous. You know, like, could you imagine, like, imagine Fable, you know, and then building this world. The questions was always like story, mechanics, RPG, gameplay loop, all that kind of stuff. Um, I think Playground's going to nail it, and I think we're going to see an extended gameplay of Fable at this showcase, and I think it's going to have the world going shit crazy, just fucking like, oh my fucking shit, holy crap, I could be wrong. I hope I'm not, but could Fable be that game, Jasper? Could it be?
I'm just I'm just trying to think back to like Fable 1 and 2 mainly because I hated Fable 3. It took me forever. I had to get that free like several times for me to actually finish that game. I just couldn't stand it. But Fable 1 and 2, like, I'm just trying to think, like, if you take that and you put it into like what we have in 2026 game wise with all the different elements, the visuals, what they could do with that. I'm just like picturing like a magical game that if people actually give it a shot, it could be what you're saying is like possibly one of the greatest games that Xbox has made this generation if people give it that shot. Because like Fable, it was such like a unique game. Like you would
Mm-hmm.
just run through the town and like literally fuck people and get STDs. Like you would race chickens and it was just like
Yeah. You
almost
could
like
own
whatever you
the
could.
whole city and chart and rob
Yeah,
people's rent. I mean, it's like
yeah,
crazy shit.
yeah. So like I'm just thinking of like all that kind of stuff. Like if they go next level with that, like what are we gonna see? What are they gonna let us be able to do? But on the other hand, this is like Turn 10's or Playground's first real open world RPG kind of thing. So like maybe it's limited. I don't know. That's where I'm like kind of 50-50 on like it could be this next gen amazing thing, or it could be like, oh yeah, I mean that makes sense. It's their first time making RPG.
Yeah. It's going to be the question, and I think that's what we're going to learn at this, because I think graphically we know they're going to be there.
Yeah.
I think like design wise, I think we're going to be there. It's going to be like the mechanics. What can you do? Like Avowed was great, right? But it did feel like a little toned down, limited in some
Yeah.
ways compared to some other RPGs. Even Outer Worlds 2, you can do a lot more things than you can in Avowed, even though Avowed's a great game in my opinion. It was a toned down RPG, right? Like Fable, even though it was a kind of a hybrid between an action game and an RPG, like the ability to go around and just walk around and just do stupid shit was part of the game, right?
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of the humor came from, and also the NPCs' conversations and their remarks and how everybody addresses and comments about your character and what you did in the world impacting those comments and what everybody says about you. You know what I mean? And a lot of it was just hilarious. And not only that, but then you have your character changed over time based on if you use more magic or if you use more, sword gameplay, if you were more good or more evil. You know what I mean? All those things had a big impact on the game, and it's all those kind of things that's going to be like, how does it go? And is there going to be a narrator? Is it going to be narrated like the past Fable games with like the storybook kind of element to it? And there's so many questions that I have because Fable is one of my favorite franchises. Period. I know a lot of people didn't like Fable 3. If you play it to this day, I still think Fable 3 holds up graphically and gameplay wise right now. But I think it was a little bit like caught up in that time end of that kind of era of those games where people were like, I'm kind of sick of these games. Blah, 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 blah. Another Fable, another
Well,
blah,
not
blah, blah.
well, not even just that. Like I think Fable 3 also kind of
They
had
flipped
the
on its
issue where
head.
they see that, but also they kind of force multiplayer in it. It seemed like a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, they took a different approach where you're kind of like, hey, you take over
Yeah.
as the king of and all these things. So, but gameplay wise and stuff, and graphically and like story wise, all it checked a lot of boxes there. Um, but it didn't have the as much of the quirkiness as two maybe.
Yeah.
so I think that was missing a little bit. But Fuzzy, Fable, what do you think? You think this could be that game?
See, for me, it's a little bit different, only because I never played the original Fables,
Yeah.
and it's one of those things where the cartoony or the caricature type graphics never really appealed to me, so I avoided it.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I was a PlayStation guy at the time. But I'm so glad they went with the more realistic look. And from what I've seen of the work of Playground Games, I know they'll at least get that part nailed. But they also brought in a lot of help as far as hiring a lot of seasoned veterans from other studios and such that are familiar with RPGs and things. And like you said, some of the original Lionhead people are mixed in there. So hopefully the character, as far as like what you guys have described, and eh, I'm, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it or not, but hearing that there's supposed to be a morality, um, I guess you could say not model, but like um, you know, uh, feature, I guess to some extent.
Kind of like
I'm
the Mass Effect like Paragon and stuff.
Yeah.
kind of, and leaning into like I think some of the original aspects where do good, you have a better appearing character, do bad, and you have a not so good appearing character. That's why some of that controversy on the actress that they use for the model when people were like, "Oh, she's ugly." I'm like, wait a minute,
Has nobody ever
I
played
didn't even
Fable
play the
before?
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never played Fable before, but it's like even I know that if you've made bad decisions, you start looking kind of hideous to some extent. So I'm I can't promise that that's what will wind up happening, but if they get that nailed, I'm all for giving this game a try. Like the overall look, and even though it's only small snippets of the comedy or the humor, and the Playground team has instituted some of that humor into their Forza games. When you look at some of like the mission stuff or story stuff that they've added, I think starting from 4, a lot of that stuff. If they can expand on that, I'm looking forward to this thing. I think the big thing is the feeling I always got is this will be Xbox's Hogwarts to some extent. The only drawback being that it is probably going to be a timed exclusive where the gaming media may not give it its flowers like they probably
Mm-hmm.
should until it's in their hands with a dual sense. Then they'll fall in love with the game. But in the meantime, they'll probably crap on it from a distance kind of thing, being like, oh, it doesn't look or feel like the original at all. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know what
My
some
thought,
of the media will be looking out of or looking for out of this game, but
I just
it
don't
looks fun
know
to
if
me.
Fable, the name itself, carries a lot of weight, like for Xbox. Because when I think Xbox, I never really thought Fable.
See,
I
it
always
used to,
thought Halo.
because you're young,
Yeah,
Jasper. I forgive you on
I know
this.
what you're gonna say, but still, like I think it's because a lot of people entered the Xbox ecosystem in the 360 era where Fable wasn't that really big of a thing. Like you just had like Fable 3 and like Fable Legacy or what the fuck it was called. Um, but Xbox has always been known as that Halo Gears Forza machine. So that's where I'm like, I don't know if the
Yeah.
Xbox consumers after that really recognize the name Fable.
See, it used to be Halo, Fable, and Forza, right? And then Gears, and then it was Halo, like Halo, Gears, Fable, and Forza, right? And then eventually Halo, Gears, and Forza. Because this is okay, this is like a tentpole franchise for them. And this was a back when the original Fable released. It was a phenomenon. Like you had I remember when the PC version like when it came out for PC is what like people were playing Fable and talking about it. It was one of those games people like played and they talked about it to other people, right? And then Fable 2, man, the hype and anticipation for Fable 2 was absolutely insane. I mean, it was every showcase, every news, everybody was talking about Fable 2, and it's like it's gonna have multiplayer. Oh my fucking god, it's gonna have co-op, and that was the big huge thing. And I remember Peter Molyneux doing the thing, and they're like, "Hey, you also have a dog," you know. Oh, and then they showed the other player on the screen. Everybody lost their mind. Now, Fable 2, granted, even though the multiplayer was fun, yeah, you were tethered, you know, and it was kind of like wonky because you were tethered into the same world. Like Fable 2, that whole anticipation for it and the selling of that game, and I remember Peter Molyneux promised so many crazy things, you know, and then ended
Yeah.
up not meeting all this, but still Fable 2 ended up being most Fable fans like favorite Fable, right? It was just an amazing game, and I think part of it was because the expectations were so high and the promises were so crazy that even though they couldn't meet all of them, they went well above and beyond what most games were doing. You know, with a lot of mechanics and things and possible things you could just do in that game. And after Fable 2, it was like holy shit, you know, like that was just amazing. And I think like Fable 3, like I think they kind of like he didn't really know where to go with because everything that he had dreamt of a Fable, they had promised for 2, it seemed like, and like they did a bunch of different stuff with 3 and were trying different things, and I think there was some really awesome stuff there. Um, but then you had the demise of Lionhead. They got forced to be kind of like a Connect studio. You know, they were doing Connect
Well,
stuff. You had Project Milo, Peter Molyneux talking to some fake ass kid on the screen, saying this is gonna be what you're playing someday. You're gonna be talking to this motherfucking kid, and we're gonna go fishing together in a pond, and we're gonna have conversations with him. He's gonna be your buddy on your TV and shit. And everybody's like, that's okay, and that never came to be because in like other Peter Molyneux things, it was way too far fetched
yeah.
and crazy for its time. And then you had them working on Fable Journey, and then Fable Legends. So Fable Journey was the Connect game, right? That they did, and then you had Fable Legends, which was the multiplayer thing that we are gonna do because you know I think Xbox. There was a time when Xbox caught up in the trend of chasing things, and at the time they were chasing the hero shooter, right? And the hero kind of style multiplayer thing, and they're going to turn Fable into that. So Fable Legends. Then people actually were. It was playable. I remember Lupa actually talked about when she was on our show playing Fable Legends and how much she loved it, and then it just got canceled at the last minute. Lionhead shut down. I think Phil Spencer still talks to this day. One of the darkest days in Xbox history was the day they shut down Lionhead Studios, and how they had mishandled that studio and just completely fucked it up. You know, well, we're to this day now. We're going back deep into Xbox history. One of the classic franchises that established Xbox. I would argue Halo, Fable, and Forza Motorsport were the 3 franchises in the original Xbox that really cemented it as having great exclusive games. Then Gears came, and then Gears also did the same thing, right? But those 3 made by Xbox Studios, you know, were those games because Gears originally wasn't made by Xbox. It was made by Epic, right? They had other exclusives. They had Mass Effect was exclusive, but it was made by BioWare. You know, they had Splinter Cell was exclusive, but it was made by Ubisoft. You know, they had all those other deals, but these ones were made by Xbox Studios, and it's returning home, finally coming back. Now, you're younger, Jasper, so you were probably how? I mean, we're talking about it's the 25th anniversary of Xbox, so you were probably like
I was
6 or
five.
7 when
I
Fable
was
was a huge thing.
Well, yeah, but I was gonna say I was 5 when Xbox originally came out. But I do remember that leading up to Fable 3, there was a lot of talk, and then like you would see like a quarter of your Xbox friends list all playing Fable 3 like the day it came out or whatever. I'm like,
Yeah,
nah, I'm just gonna stick to fucking Halo.
Right. Yeah, it was a big deal, you know.
Yeah.
I think after Fable 4, if it came, if there had ever been a Fable 4, and it came out like 3 or 4 years after Fable 3, it would have been a massive fucking deal, you know. But instead, they were off doing all that other bullshit. So we're here. I hope it is
I
everything.
think
I hope
for
it
me, it's
want it to
just
be.
because Fable 3 ended on kind of a bad note or a downward spiral or downhill from Fable 2 where it left off. And then they just started making all those connect and like spin-off games. So Fable, the IP itself just basically died out and like no one gave a shit about it forever.
Yeah, I
So that's
think.
why it's like
Yeah, it to your point about it, the name not meaning as much, right? I think to I think it's a generational thing, man. Like I think the old hats, like the games media members and stuff, because they'll be the ones promoting it, previewing it, talking about it, drawing up hype for it and stuff. I think a lot of the old hats for in games media, you know, will it'll mean something to them, but I think a lot of these new ass motherfuckers that are always the ones complaining about all this random shit and drawing up controversies and stuff. I think you're older than I am, and it doesn't mean shit to you. So maybe it isn't a generational thing. I don't know. Fuzzy's like, can you race cars? Does it have a
Well, no, the
NASCAR expansion?
well, no, for me at the time, like I was so anti Microsoft because of my PC gaming experience at the time. Like I had no interest in the Xbox, the
Yeah,
original Xbox. Like after what was it Windows ME, I was like, oh, they were make a gaming system and they can't even make an operating system that works well
yeah.
for computer gaming. For those guys, so yeah.
So you never played Fable when it came out to PC?
I think the only Microsoft title that I had any interest in it was because of like from Windows 95 days was Flight Sim.
Right.
Everything else I was probably a couple other things. And I did have the Microsoft Flight Stick and I had the ergonomic keyboard and I had their force feedback wheel and stuff like that, but I was never really interested in anything that they had on PC beyond Flight Sim.
Yeah. Jesse James Gunn says, "Yo, did Pong quit gaming?" No, Pong didn't quit gaming. He's just doesn't have time as much for gaming right now. Like he's got a lot going on, like with real life stuff right now. And hopefully it all dies down in the next few months, you know. But we'll see him back someday. But right now he's just got too much going on to be doing too much of this bullshit that doesn't really matter at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like we're just friends talking about games. You know what I mean? And he's got work stuff, but also like other things going on. So, and it's not my business to bring any of that up. It's just you know he's still a gamer at heart, and he still loves video games. So, I just he reached out to me today and just said what's up. So, but yeah, he's doing good. He's doing good. Mac 22TH54 with the $2 super chat. I rounded up to give you extra pennies so I can give it to kids in need, like Chick-fil-A always ask. $2 super chat. Freaking Jasper, I was 27. Get off my lawn, kid. Get off my
and
lawn.
yeah, you were the person that was buying us kids an Xbox, and we were dictating the market on what was good games.
Was there so 25 years when did Fable the first Fable come out? What year was it? Was it 2020 or sorry, not
I'm
2020. Was it
assuming
2002 maybe? 2001?
Fable
2002, 2003? It wasn't a launch
2000,
game, I don't think.
2004.
2004? Okay.
Yeah,
So that was
I was
20
8.
as 22 years ago. So I was 20 years old. You're on mute, Fuzzy. How old were you? 22? You're on mute, Fuzz.
29.
29? Oh, fuck. You're old. You were almost 30 when the original Fable came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm gonna be 30 this year.
You were Jasper's age when the original Fable came out.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. So, and you were 27, Mac? You guys are starting to make me feel young. How old are you, Fuzzy, now?
50.
Oh, you're 50. So you and Pong are the same age. That's right.
Yep.
Fucking hell. 2004, Black John. 2004. It's crazy, man. It doesn't seem like that long ago. When did Fable 3 come out? Was it 2010?
2010?
Something like that?
Fable 3. 2010, yeah.
2010. So that's 16 years ago. 16 years since the last Fable game. And we're finally getting a new one. Jigga J says black don't crack. And also he would be gray. You guys just don't know it. He just doesn't have any hair. So that helps.
There's still gray in my beard, but
a little bit.
That's the thing. My dad didn't really have gray hair until he was in his 60s. So I actually got gray in the beard a little bit, I think, faster than he did. But yeah, once the hair started thinning, I was like, screw it.
Yeah, just start shaving it off. I'm holding on for dear life on mine. You know, it's just like every year it's just like a little bit further back, a little bit further back, a little bit further back. But you guys can't tell because I got all these cool hats. Makes me look young. Yeah, man. Fable. I think it'll be that game though. I think it'll like reinvigorate something. I think it'll show up, and I think even people of your generation, Jasper, will see this and be like, "Holy shit, this looks fucking cool, man! I want to play this game." And guess what? It's gonna be in Game Pass. So, you're an old ass Jasper who will be 30, maybe. You said you turned 30 this year. Forget when's your birthday again? In
July.
So you may be 30 years old when Fable comes out. You probably will because it'll probably be August,
like
September,
an October game.
October. Yeah. When's Gears E-Day?
Oh yeah. August.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. I just can't remember what we predict. Like, Fuzzy, what do you think?
I don't either.
For E-Day, I think they released it a little bit later, like closer to the anniversary. So I'm thinking October. I mean, this is not that they have to worry about Grand Theft Auto, but I think they will. They'll try to get it out before Grand Theft Auto is supposed to release in November, but we'll see if it even releases this year. So,
do y'all remember when we talked about after Gears 5, they needed like a little break for Gears and just to kind of reinvigorate the excitement? It'll be 7 fucking years between Gears 5 releases, main lines. So they actually did what we asked for. I mean, at this point, it's starting to feel like Gears is one of those like dormant franchises, right? I mean, they came out with the remake again last
anniversary.
year. Yeah. But you know, that was like a remake of a remake, a remaster of a remake, kind of like in a way. Now, granted, this one was warranted, I think, because we're bringing it to a new platform, and it was on an older game, not like what they did with The Last of Us.
Well, I mean, I think that's what helped with Gears is I think there wouldn't have been as much hype if they just released the remake on Xbox, but because it was cross-platform, it kind of made those two communities talk, be like, oh no, I'm going to beat you in Gears, no, I'm going to beat you. So it kind of just added that trash talk aspect to it that kind of invigorated the communication of that game. Whereas if it was just on Xbox, I don't think it would have been as big.
It would have been nice if the multiplayer suite was a little bit more vast on it. I think it could have helped even more so, you know. However, you know, they're putting everything into Gears E-Day, right? Does Gears E-Day reinvigorate the Gears franchise. I mean, I know all the Gears heads are going to show up, but it doesn't have as much work to do as Fable does, because Fable's been dormant for fucking, we just said 16 years. But it'll have been 7 years for Gears, and even though Gears 5 was a fantastic fucking game and great game, like there was this kind of this fatigue, I think, from some for Gears at the time. Um, can Gears prop itself up? Because, or is it kind of like these style of games are never going to be as big as they were in the past
Well, I
because
think
of
that's
the black
part of
hole
it. But
games that are out there and stuff. Like it's hard for a Halo, in my opinion, or like a Gears, because they were also very multiplayer focused. You know, to capture that the whole gaming world's attention like they did in the past, because the Arc Raiders, the Fortnites, you know, the War Zones, you know, all these other things that everybody's just constantly playing, right?
I
So
mean, I think that's part of it, but I'm not even like the biggest Gears person. Like, I don't care for the multiplayer. I know a lot of people do, but I'm gonna play this new Gears just because it's a new campaign and like continuation, or like you get more of the story of it, the game, even though it's a prequel or whatever. I'm just looking forward to the story of it. I'll play it one time and then I'll be like, okay, I played that Gears. But I didn't pick up I didn't replay the new remake or whatever. Like, I played Gears One. That was good enough for me. Um, so
yeah.
I'm like kind of excited, but like it's not that, like it's not on my radar like must play right now.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Fuzz?
I suck at Gears multiplayer, so probably not the best one to ask, but I do think it will, and bring some people back, primarily because, like you said, that 7 year gap is enough time that people have, you know, they've gotten their fill of Halo, they've gotten their fill of Call of Duty, they've gotten their fill of, number of, third person and first person shooters out there. This one going back to probably a more you know horror heavy, beginning type of thing. I think a lot of people were looking forward to, those original characters, so that will bring
Yeah.
people back for the campaign. And as long as they continue to do as well as they've done with the multiplayer, as far as the maps, as far as, some of the skins and things like that, I think they'll definitely have a bit of a bump compared to five, because it seemed like five came and went faster. I mean, the multiplayer kept going, but not as many people talked about the single player until they did the that free expansion, which now I can't remember the name of it.
Hive
But
Busters.
Yeah,
yeah,
Hive
Hive
Busters.
Buster, like, and that
Yeah.
I think helped reinvigorate, bringing people back as well. Which it'd be kind of curious to see if they ever do another spin off with those characters, kind of thing, or other characters
Man,
within the Gears universe.
I fucking
Well,
loved
the
Hive
thing,
Busters, dude. I thought that it would have been awesome if they kind of did some kind of episodic thing with that and just kept it going, and different stories with that same group, and like smaller experiences, you know. I would have gotten every single one. Like 20, $30 per expansion that came out with other content as well for the multiplayer, and then just keep adding it. Like, dude, I would have been there every fucking time for that, because that campaign for Hive Busters was a blast, dude. And that was our first look really with like some of the new Unreal stuff that had come out. And man, the visuals on that, I remember being blown away. That there's this one segment in it where you're inside and you had all these different effects going on with different lighting from all these different effects all at the same time. And I was like, man, I haven't experienced this much shit going on in a game like I think ever before in that I had in that one segment. So we'll see.
I think I know Hive Busters was good. It was all right. I probably should have played more of it than I did. But the thing that really kept me going with Gears was always those side multiplayer modes that they made, like Beast Mode and Horde Mode.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked Beast Mode. We haven't really seen that since like Gears of War 3 or whatever it was. But in Horde Mode, like Gears kind of popularized that kind of mode. But then there's a lot of other games that started doing it. So now it never felt as special because a lot of games kind of started making their own with it. But if Gears could like come back and add those kind of fan favorite modes, like maybe I would stick around a little bit longer than just playing the campaign, because that's kind of why I stopped. 4 was just terrible. I hated the
Mm-hmm.
characters from 4 and 5, but once I beat the story of 4 and 5, I was like, I don't need to play anymore, because there
Yeah.
wasn't those fun side modes for me there. Because I don't really care for the multiplayer.
I just had some crazy thoughts that like Gears fans are gonna find sacrilegious pop in my head because of other games that I'm into right now, and I'm thinking of a world where they somehow managed to turn Gears multiplayer or have a mode like a free to play big thing of like an extraction shooter. Just imagine, dude, being fucking like all the locusts everywhere and shit, and then
Well,
like you
wasn't
also have your PvP going on. Like, imagine Arc Raiders, but fucking Gears, dude.
yeah, I
Like,
mean,
that would be
was it Gears 4 or
crazy.
5 that had the open world aspect to it, where you get on like your little sand snowmobile
Yeah, it's
thing
Gears
and
5,
fucking drive it?
the
Yeah,
barren wastelands of nothingness just to get to your fucking
yeah.
next area where you can finally do something. Yeah, though that was great idea. That was so stupid, dude. It would looked great. It looked cool, but I don't want to
Now
sail
you just
around in a vast world of nothingness just to get to my next level that looks like regular fucking Gears of War
But what I'm
levels.
saying is,
Like,
like, now you fill those vast areas of nothingness with a random building, and then you have an extraction shooter.
right? Just think about it though. Like the possibility for like Gears, right? When you got your squad, you know, and you're going around as a team, you're like getting loot and shit like that, and you got your all your fucking locusts and stuff, and you know you're going and you got prox chat. You run into another group of humans, but they're like fucking. Oh man, that'd be pretty cool. I don't know. This is an interesting thought. And
Yeah,
then
and
I
then till
also
you
thought
get
of a.
fucking
Go ahead.
and I was gonna say, and then till you get shot a mile away with a fucking Nasher one hit from some dude, but then you shoot him
Not a
4 fucking times
Nasher.
and he's still alive.
It would be the sniper rifle. They would hit. They would hit you with a sniper from a mile away, and your head would explode. And then you'd hear in prox chat somebody, or like somebody hit you with a spike grenade from behind and run away and just go hee. Um, yeah, I can imagine the prox chat being so fucking ruthless in that game, especially with the cover based stuff. And then I thought of the battle royale Gears popped in my head because I was trying. The reason those were popping in my head, I was trying to think of it comparative, like to the games that everybody's playing right now. I had like, what is a traditional arena style shooter? Do they have? Does a traditional arena style shooter have the capability today to become as mainstream as these other like free to play type games? Now, hero shooters have managed to do it, like Overwatch and Marvel Rivals and stuff, right? And those are still arena shooters, but it still feels different than the old school like Halo, Gears kind of stuff. So,
I think that's just because Gears is kind of its own little thing. Like, there's not really
yeah.
too many shooters like the way you play Gears that I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, but even like Call of Duty and Battlefield, right? Like, yeah, they managed to have huge, massive player base and still sell like crazy. They come out, but the drop off is immense for the traditional, actual mainline games. Each one, like, and everybody ends up playing Warzone for Call of Duty, like, and for
Well, I mean, I think like this Gears, I think it's going to be big if they take what's seeming like what they're doing. If they take the lessons that also Battlefield did this year, where they listen to the fans, they listen to what you want, they go back to the way it used to play and the way people loved how it played. If they listen to that and do that, then this Gears, when it comes out, will be huge. I just don't know how much they're gonna like experiment and stuff. So it's kind of a wait and see.
yeah, it'll be fun to watch what Gears does. Like, I'm kind of a purist myself with Gears, so like I kind of just honestly want a massive blown out experience, but I want a lot of updates. You know, I want good content coming. I want events to get you excited, like different cool things happening. You know, new weapons introduced. You know, hey, maybe it breaks the game because it's unbalanced, but then they fix it and they come out with something else. Who cares? right? Let's have all those moments of community conversation because something isn't like, you know what I mean? Let's just keep updating the game with new cool stuff, right? I think Halo will still always face those challenges too of competing with the new age games as well. Just there's so much competition out there, and they'll always have their like moments of release and the huge swell, and then like just I think massive drop offs. I don't think there'll be a time where we get back to like them being the main games everybody's playing anymore. But that's okay. They don't have to be. I just want them to keep making it and keep making them because they're still awesome experiences, right? But I do have to say this as well. If you were an Xbox fan, if you're a traditional old school Xbox OG console guy, you know, or girl, gamer, has been there, had all your franchises you love, loving all these games. 2026 might be the last hoorah for the major franchises to have this big moment to where we have this 25th anniversary and we're getting every single big franchise for you can really think of for the most part at the same fucking time in the same year. Like yeah, we'll get more Gears in the future. We'll get more of this or that, but who knows exactly what they're gonna do. But like, so and if you're an Xbox fan, I'll just say enjoy this year for what it is because we don't know what the future is gonna hold. Right? Relish in it because we don't know what or when another Gears will come out, when another Halo will come out, when or if we'll ever get another Fable game. What'll happen Forza Horizon 6 after Forza Horizon after 6 because we know what happened now with Motorsport, right? Just appreciate 2026 for the Xboxness that it is giving us because it might fade after that. Who knows? We don't know. I hope it doesn't. I hope after this year we still get all these franchises and they stick around and all this other kind of stuff. But this could be the last big moment we have all these major franchises come out close together, or you know, because before right now even the last 10 years it seems like each one of these major tentpole releases is kind of few and far between. I'm going to celebrate the hell out of this 25th year anniversary for Xbox and hope that all these games are amazing.
I do have kind of a hot take.
Yeah.
Halo's my favorite game. I love Halo. So can we just stop fucking remaking Halo 1?
Yeah, well, there's more Halo projects in the works, Jasper. They did say that.
Like, I'm going to play the shit out of the remake. I'll beat it 100 times like I have normal Halo. But can we please just remake Halo 3? Or remake Halo 2 again?
How about not another fucking remake? How about let's just actually get another mainline Halo game? And then how about this? While they're making a mainline Halo game, because they take fucking forever, let's have somebody else making another mainline Halo game. And hey, on top of that, let's have somebody else making a Halo spin-off that's in another whole different genre. Again, let's make fucking 10 Halo games at the same time. All different kinds of fucking experiences and games made by different studios. Let's fucking do that. Let's go.
Can we do that, what he said?
Yes, let's do that. I hope so. All right. Well, that was it for the main part of the show. And I think Fuzzy's getting tidbits together. And we'll have tidbits and then we'll get everyone out of here. But I'm looking forward to this year, man. It's going to be crazy good with gaming. If I can pull myself away from Arc Raiders. I'll say right now, because the Cold Snap event just ended, where I am at in the game, I did all the shit. I'm kind of more in this, I feel less grind. I feel like I can just enjoy what I'm playing with Arc Raiders right now. And just loot, casually engage in PvP in fun ways and not really care would I get it and lose and stuff. So um, it'll be interesting when one of these mainline games comes out, dedicating time to something else other than Arc Raiders, because me and Kate are just fucking obsessed with that game right now. Um, so man, they got their work cut out for them to get us pulled away. Uh, the first one didn't
I
seem like
just
a
really
reasonable
wish
remake. I
the
agree.
I just really wish the Division One was getting like a visual update to Division Two level, and
Yeah,
then Division Three, make it. I know this is going to sound blasphemous and crazy, but make it like the mobile game, but
yeah.
on a console slash PC level, where you have that open world
Speaking
where you can see other players, you can, um, start missions together where you're not necessarily grouped up, almost like the way the first Descendant is. Public events like Destiny. I think if they incorporate all that with seasons, because you need snow, something about snow in these types of games, I think
Yeah, I was gonna
they'll have
say,
a hit on their hands.
aren't they supposed to like? I just thought I saw somewhere they're adding a new mode to Division Two or something.
Yeah, it's going to be like survival, like from the first one,
Yeah,
but in DC where it is going to be a major snowstorm. So looking forward to that.
I just wish my save wasn't locked on the Xbox. I wish I could move my character over to PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like they have cross play or cross progression on a lot of games that they've actually gone back to. Like I think all of the Assassin Creeds are cross progression now because of that hub. I don't know why they can't do it with Division, whether it's one or two. Like just allow us to have carry over those characters, and for those people that decide to do a PC and a console version, let them have the 8 characters or however many. In a lot of cases, usually people that have done both only have like two on one and two on the other, or four on one and one on the other. So
Yeah.
just allow people to have 8 characters and
Did
merge them. And
Did you see the comments about the division that they just made? They had
no,
said that it's going to have as big of an impact as Division One did to the industry.
yeah, for that to be the case,
They'd
has
have
to
to
have
have a
seasons.
BS
You have
trailer that like looks way beyond anybody, anything possible ever seen in gaming, and then
yeah,
have it dialed back completely at launch. Um, remember that was
I think
Ubisoft.
we're at the
They
tech.
remember the Watch Dogs trailer, the original Watch Dogs trailer.
Oh yeah,
Oh god, that was like one of the best. Like everybody's like, "What the fuck? Next gen's gonna be insane." Yeah,
I
it
mean,
wasn't that.
Oh
you could
yeah,
do
yeah.
some tweaking on the PC version and make it look like that trailer, but I think we're at the technology space now that you can make Division 3 look very much like that Division 1 trailer. Like
Yeah,
Division 2 has some of that stuff incorporated, but the overlay of the map, the way it looks, they tried it in one and it just doesn't have that I guess you could say uh not uh, not opacity, but like the same level of visibility through the ground where you could see the stuff. So we have the tech to do it now. Make Division 3 look like the way the Division 1 trailer was, and I think they'll be golden. And have snow or seasons. Allow us to travel to multiple cities. Like we could travel back to New York. Like I love the Brooklyn DLC that's in 2 because I remember some of the same areas from the beginning part of the mission from 1 that
Yeah.
you wind up doing there. But they have all the tools. All they gotta do is put it all
yeah.
together, make one big game, and they'll have the hit that outlasts Destiny. Shout out to all the Destiny fans out there.
I will say, as egregious as the Watch Dogs trailer and the Division trailer were for being like over the top, like not meeting, not possible, overselling expectations for what the games are going to be like. They still don't take the award for the most egregious BS trailer of all time for next gen highlighting. That goes to Madden NFL '06 with Donovan McNabb. If you guys remember that, and it was going to be the first one on 360 and like PS3 and stuff, and
Yeah.
this was like next gen Madden, and they had this, they called it gameplay trailer. It was like a gameplay trailer for Madden, and they had this. I was seeing this shit, and I was like, oh my fucking god, holy shit, this is going to be amazing. And then Madden 6 came out, and it legitimately looked worse than Madden 5.
Well, going back to Division real quick, I just remember the very first, I think it was the very first gameplay trailer or snippet that we got for Division 1. It was back when Xbox One was coming out and they're going to have like, oh, you can play on your phone or whatever. You were going to have a guy that would be able to control like a drone
The
and
smart
like
glass.
recon
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. And then like you saw him like sneak into the police station and the drone's like, oh yeah, hold on, let me switch. I got you covered. Yeah, there's no dude in here. And then like they come out and then the drone's flying around again. It's just like,
Yeah.
well, you never got any of that.
They use that smart glass shit for like calling plays on football games and stuff too. And I remember thinking it was like cool concepts and cool things, but like I'm not gonna fucking play with a tablet in my lap and on a controller in my hand. You know what
I
I mean?
think
So
the only game that I used it in was Battlefield 4, and you could play the commander. But I'm like, I'm just gonna play the game. I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry.
yeah, it's not as fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I remember seeing that like that was when they had all the fake comms for like the
Yeah.
showcases, and like they would be talking like they were actually a fucking SWAT team. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, we're gonna walk up here to the left. You good?
Yeah, I got a flashbang.
Yeah, I got a flash. Check your left. Check your left. Yeah, taking cover behind the rover. Or UAV up, scanning for enemies or targets or whatever, scanning for bogeys. Yep. It's like the way they converse throughout it. Like it was just like, what are we listening to? Like, this is not how people talk. I'd be like, hey, there's a motherfucker over there. Get him. Shoot that bitch. Eat my poop, eat my shit, eat my poop. That's what Burnt Peanut says when he plays.
He's got the goop.
He's got the goop. Get him. All right. Well, let's have the last segment of the show, and it's called Tidbits. All right, everybody. What do we got in store this week?
Today,
Fuzz?
we'd like to introduce the
This
Animal
first one is going to
Crossing
be Animal
New
Crossing New Horizons,
Horizons
finally coming to Nintendo Switch 2 this Thursday, or
Nintendo
today.
Switch 2 system.
It's $64.99 if you are just buying it now, or it's a $4.99 upgrade if you already owned it on the Switch 1.
Wait, so is it like actual adding content, or is it just like running better?
Just running better with some menu content that makes it a little bit easier, but
They say the graphics are improved, but it looks exactly the same.
The water is a little bit improved. Oh wow!
see, it's
Look
not
at that.
as pixelated
Holy
on
shit!
here.
It looks worse on the left. I'm confused right now.
Yeah, but isn't it already that way on the Switch 2 anyway? Because it
Yeah. Basically, they're taking $5 donations from their fans.
Well, okay, so this is like legitimately maybe my favorite game on the Switch.
Yeah, I have
And
like 90 hours in it.
I've probably put more time with this game than any other Switch game since the Switch came out. So I probably put in like 3 hours. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it looks good. I mean, I just can't really. Its hair looks a little shiny. Maybe they added that.
I mean, what's funny is I actually did just load this up on the Switch 2 like a week ago
right.
for like 5 minutes to just run around.
I have too. Yo, Marvelous Marvin 956 with the $10 super chat. Hey, very generous, sir. Thank you so much. Says excellent live streams and videos. Hey, appreciate that. Yeah, we try and bring you some fun podcasts and game streams here and there. So appreciate you watching, Marvelous Marvin.
Oh, I forgot that the Switch has mouse controls. I've literally never used that feature.
Yeah, me neither. Now, because this trailer is 12 minutes, just understand that it has all of the new Switch 2 stuff, so we're going to skip to the next one.
Yeah, understandable. Like, what do you, like, I don't sit at a table to play the Switch, so what do you use the mouse control on? Your thighs? Like, I just kind of feel weird, like, rubbing my thighs while I'm fucking playing. And where do you put the screen? Like, I guess you have to sit at a desk to play the Switch.
But you use the kickstand. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I guess you could play it in docked mode on like your monitor.
Yeah.
I'd rather just
Right,
fucking
this
play
next
on the
one-
PC.
This next one is Dread Out, the Remastered Collection. Finally coming to Xbox One. I think it already debuted on PC, PlayStation, and Switch. It's coming to Xbox today. $29.99 for the collection. And yeah, since series consoles are back in pat, you can play it on that as well.
Crazy fight was that? The real concern is why the Republic needs that kind of weaponry in the first place. The President's intentions weren't clear, which left
Incoming launch.
panic.
There's a hidden side to Project Startaker after all.
Yeah, I can't wait for Ace Combat.
But now you must
Bro,
Yeah.
that's like one of my most hyped games this year.
Yeah, that was such a surprise announcement at the Game Awards. Like, I was
What-
just like
what's
out of
funny is,
nowhere.
like-
A franchise you would assume could end up being dead. You know what I mean?
What's funny is like when we were in the pre-show, I was like, we never got to it, but I was like, if we did the thing, it's like, what do you kind of want to be here? I was going to say Ace Combat.
Yeah.
So like, I'm so mad we didn't do the fucking "What do you want to be here" talk
Right.
because I didn't get to say it.
I'm sure it's gonna be so cool too, man. We got to play it at launch, Jasper. I mean, you can,
Oh, I'm down.
yeah, you can use your like Space Force, like knowledge to help me in the game.
Sure, even though I deal with rockets and stuff, but you know,
Well, there's be rockets
guess-
flying at me left and right.
I can warn you. That's what I can do.
Okay, thank you. Incoming missile, Mav. Thanks, Jeff. Is this Sinister? Looks
Yeah,
like
apparently
fucking
it skipped the
Sinister.
game. All right, so this is Broken Lore Unfollow coming to PS5, Series X and S, and PC this Friday for $19.99.
Why is she rubbing the blush so much?
Do you put on makeup? Why are you correcting her?
I don't know. I've watched Kate do her makeup a lot. I don't see her play with it like this. The hell?
Hang on.
There it goes.
All right.
Buy one of the TV dinner trays for the Switch. Yeah, that's what we need. Little Switch trays. Well, how about Nintendo make them? They sell them for like $80. They're gonna be made out of cardboard. Pizza Express. You know, somewhere there is an actual Pizza Express. There's got to be. That looks
You
like
said
Squid
where
Games.
Pizza Hut was like going to start trying to open some more like old style restaurants where they have the buffets again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so. That'd be cool, man. There's this thing that happens. It seems like where like, and it's like all the business models and everything has failed over time. So like old businesses are starting to go back to what they used to be back in the day. You know. Pretty interesting. Like we're seeing a lot more mom and pop shops start popping up all over the place again because a lot of the big box retail is starting to fail. You know.
Mhm. This next one is Ghost Cam coming to the Quest. All of the Quest headsets and PC this Monday for $24.99.
He just fell through the floor. Game's broken.
Oh, who's that? She's not. Ooh, it's a ghost lady. Ghost Cam releasing 19 January 2026. Scary.
All right, this next one is a bit of a weird one. It's called On Together, coming to PC and Mac this Monday, and it's a free-to-play. I don't recall if there's in-game purchases or not. I would assume there's some sort of cosmetic stuff, so.
Mm. Are you gonna get this, Jasper?
I think this is a 3-bit game.
Yeah, you might be right.
He's like, oh, the art's really cool.
Yeah, shout out to 3-bit.
All right, this is Hack and Climb, and it's coming to PC this Tuesday, but they did not list a price. Now, you can play it online on like their it.io site, but it looks like a interesting concept of like those, you know, King of the Hill, well, not King of the Hill, but like climbing, games where
Yeah.
if you make one mistake, you basically fall back to the bottom of the hill kind of thing. But,
Yeah, or you play as a weapon. It
Yeah.
looks like.
and it changes each time you make a mark or a landing.
Right.
Now, this next one is Mayo, Memories in Orbit, coming to PS5, Series X and S, Nintendo Switch and Switch 2, as well as PC this Tuesday for $17.99, or it's included with your Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription.
It's giving me like Inside vibes, kind of, or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
In the dark, engines breathe.
A little bit faster, though, obviously.
Shadows.
Oh, action combat.
Yeah, it's
never
like
mind.
that, like Ori.
It's like
Yeah.
Ori Will of the Wisp kind of stuff mixed in, or movement, or Metrovania movement.
Yeah, yeah.
Fragments of your past stitched back together. Every step forward, a memory awakens, and each of those memories.
Poison
Next
Maniac
is-
says Fuzzy. Any word on PXE return, or is it on hiatus?
Hiatus for now. Still waiting on word back from 3-bit.
Yeah, 3-bit's been
Hoping-
real busy. Real busy.
Yeah. Hoping,
Just trying to make a TV show.
yeah.
Mio.
Neo
I
memories.
think they have to finish up the animation stuff for the series, past the pilot and stuff like that. All right, so this next one, this is Silt, coming to iOS and Android this Tuesday. It's a free-to-play with in-app purchases,
It's like underwater limbo.
Yeah.
pretty much.
You run out of Oh, you play as a barracuda?
No, I think you
Or
switch
as-
between fish. Like you possess them or something, and you become
Oh.
a fish.
Interesting. Do you run out of air? I
don't
can't
know.
play underwater games where you run out of air. It gives me too much anxiety. Like, I don't want to have to worry about getting air bubbles or going to the surface or any bullshit like that.
Silt. Get it? Because it's like
Sousa says
underwater stuff.
3-bit is crunching on Fable right now. Who knows? It could be. He doesn't tell us when he does little special projects sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, he's always in talks with a lot of those developers and stuff, and then we find out later, oh, I ended up doing this for a few months, or we're like, oh shit, you didn't even tell us, bro. Like, I
Like
wasn't
he could
allowed.
be working on the what do you call them? On the showcase.
Yeah. It's like we watched the whole Ubisoft Direct one year, and he's like, oh yeah, I designed that. I'm like, what?
All right, this game is TR49, coming to PC, Mac, and iOS this Wednesday for $24.99 on PC and Mac, and $6.99 on iOS.
Too much reading. I think I've lost the patience to read in games. Like, I will a little
Agree.
bit. Yeah, I will a little bit, but like, if there's like a lot of reading, I like,
It depends. Like when you ever pick up like an audio log, I guess that would be reading, but like a text document or whatever, like
Yeah.
like a collectible. I'm not reading that bullshit.
When I was younger, I used to read every fucking thing I'd pick up, in those games. And now it's like I'm missing lore, and I don't even fucking give a shit. I am not reading fucking 3 paragraphs right now.
Well, the thing
fucking
is,
20
like, you'll
minutes.
just go watch a 10-minute YouTube video where a guy breaks down
Yeah.
everything that's in the game. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
It keeps skipping this one game. Right, this is not it again. Let me.
This is
what I imagine Psycho sees.
Like when he
I have a
dreams.
feeling that
No, just like his everyday life. He's walking down the street, and this is just what he sees.
It's psychedelic. Yeah, maybe. Oh man.
He's just,
Psycho.
he's just standing in an empty GameStop waiting for a customer, and he just sees that coming out the walls.
Maybe, bro. Maybe. We have to ask him.
Right, this one is The Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon from the PS4 and 5, Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 and PC this Thursday for $59.99 for everything but the Switch 2. It's $69.99 on the Switch 2. Even PS5 pays $10 less, which is wild to me.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we may have seen this. I may have had the titles mixed up. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
But
Susa
that's
says.
basically it for this week.
Oh, right on, man. Susa says, if I wanted to read, I would read a book, right? I prefer to be confused and complain online later. That's what, like, if I ever play, like, a multiplayer game, like, all these guys get pissed off at me because I don't read any of the fucking tutorials at the beginning. And so I just spend playing online with them. I just keep asking them questions. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Eventually, I figure everything out, right? But they definitely learn it faster than me. Yeah. Interesting. I mean, was there any highlights this week? Really?
If you're a Nintendo player and you haven't already picked up Animal Crossing, which I don't know how, but that would probably be the biggest highlight this week. A lot of small games. These are games, like I said, I usually like playing on like the Steam Deck. Like perfect example would be the Hack and Climb, and also the Mio Memories in Orbit.
Yeah,
that's
pretty
one.
good.
I would say if you have Game Pass and you have one of the Xbox Allies, yeah, definitely give it a try.
Yeah. I'll update Animal Crossing. Was it was free, right? Or
it's actually supposed to be $4.99 upgrade if you already own it, or if you by chance never bought it on the Switch, then it'd be a full $64.99.
Okay. I
think
saw
it's
somewhere
only
on the
free
trailer
if you. I think if you've upgraded to the maximum online annual thing, that's like the $70 for the year or whatever, then it's free, I think.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll still update it because it's like one of the few games I actually play on there, and if I can get, I guess, I hope I can see the fucking difference if I do. Like, I'm just saying, like, because they showed the side by side picture right there. I don't know what was different. I couldn't.
I'm pretty sure. Well, not like on the side by side, like I could tell, like in the video, but like playing on my Switch 2, like I said, I loaded up last week. It doesn't look any different than the $5 upgrade, so that's where I'm confused.
Yeah.
I think if you pay the $5 upgrade, it's not using a DLSS because they did the better textures. But if you don't do the $5, then it's DLSS, and unless you're playing it on the big screen, I guess you won't be able to tell. Nintendo is just weird.
Very. But hey, Donkey Kong was a Game of the Year candidate, so kudos. All right, everybody, you rock. Thanks for being here tonight. Second show of the year for us. Next week, I'm gonna figure out how we're gonna handle it because the Dev Direct is earlier in the day. I think it's at like noon Central, 1 Eastern. Um, so we might just have like a early FSP and just do Dev Direct co-stream followed by thoughts and some stuff, right? So we'll figure that out. But again, appreciate everybody being here. I hope you enjoyed the show. Fuzzy, why don't you tell everybody where they can listen to your rambles and rants, sir?
As always, love doing this show with you guys. Um, yeah, for those that want to hear my rambles and rants, just follow me on social media. Although I'm not there probably as much as I used to be, you could probably find me easier either playing Diablo, Division, Forza Horizon, or any number of games on Xbox and a couple on Steam because I've been playing a lot of Undisputed lately as well. But yeah, look forward to next week's showcase. Hit that backlog, people, because this is going to be a year where if you haven't tackled it, you're probably going to get buried under it. So be prepared.
Yeah, backlog's already massive, bro. I can't decide which game I want to go back to first if I do stop for any period of time playing Arc Raiders, and it's between Outer Worlds 2 and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because I love them both and I want to continue playing them both. It's like a tug of war, man. Jasper, tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
Yo. You can check me out, Lord Jasper Twitter. Other than that, like Fuzzy said, I'll be in Diablo or Final Fantasy 16. That's kind of the two games I've been bouncing around between right now. So that's what I'm doing.
Right on. Well, thanks, guys. As always, Redfall. You, Susa, you want me to go back to Red? After all the updates, Redfall's not that bad. It's actually pretty fun. I'll say. Me and Pong played it for like I think we streamed it, and we did like a good 5 hour stream after they had some updates and stuff, and we had a blast playing it. So it can be a fun
I beat
game.
that game like 4 times when it came out.
Yeah, it's decent. It's not like great. It's not horrible. I think it's like a good fun game. Whatever, you know. But yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thanks for being here, and we will see you next week. Have a good one. Stay tuned for any possible game streams or any other kind of shit we end up putting out there on the internet. Peace out. Bye.
Bye.